mainly, I told you, love is powerful.
Yeah.
A lot of decisions I made were based on me not loving myself. And
Okay.
I know we say that about self worth and self esteem, and you gotta love you, but some people don't know how to love themselves because they never really felt what real love feels like from someone around them.
I mean,
So I try to teach what loving yourself is, and that's loving yourself regardless of your mistakes that you're gonna make in high school, elementary school, middle school. Knowing that your difference is great.
yeah.
Don't try to be whomever the popular person is, or you might be the popular person, but be authentic to you. That's what I was telling you. Be authentic to who you are. Most times we're looking at what's around us and thinking that it's better than us because we see out. Only time we really see ourselves when we look in the mirror.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These eyes see out, not in.
Yeah.
So you have to learn. You have to almost force yourself to learn the in you, and know that the in you is a good you. I'm not made to like what I see all day because all you do is see out.
Yeah.
Eyes don't see in, we see out. So all you're doing all day is looking around. So you're looking at what look like it's better than what you're doing, better than what you're wearing, better than what you have. Look in. Learn that your difference is good because the same way you're looking out, you are somebody else's out. They're looking at you as well. And they're thinking that you are better, that yours this, that you are that. Learn to love who you are. And that's what I do.
Everything good. Sounding good. We sounding real good.
1 2 1 2. Yeah, babe. I freestyle sometimes, girl. Ow.
Don't kill her with it. Don't
I
kill her
ain't
with
messing with
it. Oh yeah, that's how I'm ready. I'm ready. This is
Oh,
gonna
okay.
be good.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I am really excited about it. I'm excited.
Okay, let's get it.
I'm excited. All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Stacks Over Podcast, where ambition meets real talk. I'm sitting here with a very impactful person in the community here, the great city of Danville, and this has been a long time coming for sure. And like I said, I'm really excited to be here, man. We've been, talking a little bit off camera, just trying to get ready, and this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
I believe that.
This is gonna be really good, really good. So without further ado, Miss Shakevia Frazier.
That's me.
Yes. So who are you?
I am she. Ha ha.
Yes.
No, I am Shakevia. I love my middle name, Corlette Frazier. That's my name. My mom is my dad is James Woodrow Bakootie Wilson. My mom is Linda Missy Frazier. And me personally, who I am is just a person that's been put here, feeling like to love those who've been hurt. And just, I love the Lord. I really don't know who I am because I'm learning more and more. So I don't have a solid answer for you. I'm just who I am today. Who I am. So today I'm her.
That's good. That's good. I like it. The pronouns are very strong, but I hear the confidence. I am she. Today I'm her. Like that confidence is speaking through. It's speaking through everything. I love it. I love it. So can you take us to back to your early days and what it was like growing up?
Growing up. So early days, I've always lived in Danville for the majority of my life. At one period in time, as a young girl, we moved to New York, but it was a short, brief period. And when I was older, I moved to Woodbridge for a little while. But growing up was very interesting for me. I don't want to have a sob story. I enjoyed being outside with my friends and whatnot. Really, really smart young lady. Started school at about the age of 4, kindergarten, and then they skipped me, went to first grade. So I've always been a little younger than my friends because of that age difference. Went through some personal things growing up, which turned me into a different kind of young person, put me on a defensive.
Okay.
Having to defend myself a lot, being short, wearing glasses, not the best environment, so coming out looking like my environment, I say that. And so I had to learn how to fight real early. So I became very tomboyish and resulted in, different actions, me being put out of school a few times. First group of students went over to the Opportunity School when it came. I was with the first group of students that went to Opportunity School, the OPP.
Yeah.
And, went there for a couple of years, went to GW. got pregnant early.
Okay. Early
And
in high school.
yeah,
Okay.
in high school. Eventually dropped out of high school, domestic violence, and it's just a lot. Dropped out of high school. I got my GED a couple years later. So growing up for me has been different.
Mhm.
I'm sure not the same one. I mean, the only one with that story. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, but all in all, I enjoyed.
Mhm.
I enjoyed my friends. I
Yeah.
enjoyed life, and
Mhm.
I learned how to make um, things better from better situations as a child growing up. And I guess
Mhm.
that's why when you ask who I am,
Yeah.
someone who loves people who are in pain, because I know what pain feels
Mm.
like. And so as a child, I didn't see what I was going through as pain. I
Mhm.
really wanted to help those who were hurting me. And so
Wow.
that's just something that's always been in me. So because I was in so much,
Mhm.
I wanted to help so many. I was being
Yes.
hurt a lot, but I wanted to help even those that were hurting me because I could see
Wow.
their pain while they were inflicting it on me. I knew they were hurting. So
That
yeah.
speaks volumes to who you are as a person. Wow. So through all those things that you were dealing with, how were you able to overcome? Like, what do you feel like you went to overcome those, um, you know,
That's right.
tribulations that you went through?
So as a young girl growing up, some kind of way I had an imaginary friend that
Ah.
I got about the age of 3 or 4.
Uh huh.
Her name was Trinity.
Wow.
I don't know where Trinity came from
It had
and
a
how I
name and
came up with
everything.
that name. Yeah, because I kept her way up into my teenage to way past 19, 20. It probably was abnormal, but
Uh huh.
Trinity was my girl,
Okay.
not knowing that, Trinity was a name that the church used for Father, Son, the Holy Ghost, or anything like
Yes.
that, the Blessed Trinity. So not making it holy or spiritual, just saying
Yeah.
Trinity was my homegirl.
Yeah.
And so she was my person. And then I journaled. I could
Okay.
read really early. I started reading, I was maybe 2 or 3. I had
Okay.
an aunt, Rita Joe, and she would teach me how to read the comics. And from there,
Mm.
I just learned how to read. So I was reading really
Nice.
early, which is
Nice.
why I was skipped. And
Yes.
so I started journaling, and I would just write stuff all the time, everywhere. Wherever I was, I would write stuff. And I think that's what helped me. And reading books.
Mhm.
I had an aunt Adrian, and she would get books, I guess, from like local bookstores or Goodwills or
Yeah.
whatnot, and
Mhm.
drop them off at my mom's house.
Okay.
And I would read those VC Andrew books and all kind of books at the age of 7, 8, 9. And
Mhm.
it would take me to a different place,
Yeah.
escape, and I would be the character. I would be the person where there's flowers in the attic or whatever it was. I would be the princess in the story.
Okay.
Many nights I was hungry, but I read so many books that my imagination could feel the food and actually get full. I don't
Mm.
even know if that makes sense, but I can get full off
Yeah.
of reading it.
Yeah.
In my mind, I would be so engrossed in the character
Mhm.
that I would be in a different place sometimes.
Mm.
And one more thing that got me by, this is real. The train. It's still to this day. When the train would go by, I would see the Amtrak sometimes and people sitting on it.
Mhm.
And then in the daytime, just the train going. And in my heart, I knew that it would not be like this because the train was telling me that life goes on because the train was always moving, right? And so even today, if I hear a train or when I do hear it every day, no matter what I'm going through, it takes me back to those moments of looking out that window, wondering where those people going. Are their lives better than mine?
Mhm.
It even today lets me know when I'm in a hard situation, whether it's about work, being a mom, being in the
Mhm.
community, life goes on. It's not going to stay like this. So that
Yes.
train and that whistle is just my coping mechanism. It helps me. So
That's
that's how I was
good.
able to overcome.
That's good. I mean, to be able to see stuff like that reminds me of being in school when I had, we had to learn to read the poems and the poetry is part of English. And like, well, what did that mean? What did that line,
Yes.
I'm like, for me, I'm like, whatever it said, if we cross the paths of the white cloud, like, okay, they crossed paths, like, but it was
Right.
deeper than that. Like, what was it? So for you to be able to see, see that the train meant to keep going and,
Yes.
that just to keep going like this in
Yes.
general, that small, simple, you know, concept from the train to help you move past the deeper things in life
Yes.
was that's man, I don't even know what to say. Like I'm just sitting here like, man, like if I had that concept of looking at things that way, through that lens as a child or even as an adult now, I probably would be able to move quicker through things and, let it be easier Because I think
Got
that
you.
helps you when you're able to see things like that. Because you can look
Got
at the
you.
negative all day long.
That's it, because it's always gonna be there.
Yes. But if you look at it like you said, just keep going.
Yes.
And you'll see what's going to happen on the other side.
That's it.
Man.
That's it.
Wow. Looking at the train and seeing it just keep going.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
because I would look at it, and at nighttime when the Amtrak passed by, you could see the people. So me in my situation, I'm looking at them and I'm like, do y'all see me? My house just like 3. And I'm like, do you see what I'm going through? You know, I'm waving. They don't see me though. The train.
Yeah.
And I would wonder, you know. But then I started looking at it, and it was just like, life goes on. This is going to pass. Even though it seemed like it's forever. Whenever you're in a storm, it seemed like it's not going to stop. But that train would just remind me. So hearing the train going woo, woo, when it was coming by, it didn't make me upset, like breaking my sleep. It was, here it come, and it's going to pass. So even to this day, if I'm really going through something at nighttime, I will tell my children, come put train sounds on my YouTube. And they have that loop.
Yes.
And it's just train sounds. Whoop, whoop, and the train going.
That's good.
That's me.
That's good. That's good.
You're the first person I ever told that to.
Wow.
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go. We heard it here first on the Stats Global podcast. Let's go. Okay. So what would you say like a pivotal moment was that helped you like change the direction
in which
I
was going? So because I did end up taking a different path, I got a felony at the age of 19 here in Danville. First person in the state of Virginia to ever have the charge that they charged me with. It was the most simplest charge in the world. It was a failure to appear. And I was with someone who had a felony.
Wow.
And so they gave me a aiding and abetting a failure to appear because I had testified, but I was told as a teenager, you know, that I was just as a witness.
Yeah.
And saying that I did know the circumstances, you know, with him, my friend, or whatnot. And a couple of months later, I was served papers that I had a felony. And I was the first, because it's the Commonwealth, they can make laws, you know, as they go. And so I was the first person in the state of Virginia at the age of 19 to have that charge, and it was a felony. And it actually ended up going up to the Supreme Court, which is very rare because it got thrown out some years later after I had served my little time. I appealed it. And it got thrown, the appeals court threw the charge out, which is very rare. And then Danville appealed that, and it made it to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
I didn't have money, you know, to fight it. It was years later. It actually came back when I was saved. And so that's why I still have it on my record. But because I had that felony at the age of 19, I was going to DCC for law at the time.
Okay.
And when they learned about that, they told me that it was certain classes I wouldn't be able to take. And so life began to get really different. And then dealing with all that trauma that I didn't know that you call trauma. Yeah. Just called it life, playing out, you know. And so I went out in the streets, you know, and I went out, and I loved it. I loved all of it. And so I was engrossed with the streets, the street way of life. And the pivotal moment for me was my grandmother passing. Even though that's not the night I got saved, that was the night that made me know I didn't want to go back. I had already given my life to the Lord before my grandmother passed, not knowing she would pass. She was raising my children. She had raised me. She had raised my dad and them and his mom. So she was our great grandma.
Okay.
And when she was leaving, she told me, she said she had saw Jesus. She said Jesus came and spoke with her, and that she was going to be leaving. I need to get my life together. And when she left, we were standing around the bed at the hospital, and she had such a peace. Oh my gosh, Rashi. She had such a peace about her. And we were singing church songs too and whatnot. And she just went on. I didn't even know she had left. She just went on so peacefully. And I knew at that moment that I never wanted to be at the club laid out or at somebody's house caught up in something that I had no business. I wanted to stay this way so that I could have that peaceful ending, no matter how it happens now, because it could still happen a violent way. But I know I'm going to have that peace that she had. That was my pivotal moment. It was giving my life to the Lord, but what sealed the deal for me was Gramps' peaceful journey to the next life. And so that's what keeps me, because I want that.
Wow. I don't think I've had one of those type of moments happen in my life yet. However, you hit something that was very interesting. I've never heard before, where you said that you mentioned you had a felony, and being as though Virginia is a Commonwealth state, that means they can make up laws as they go.
Yeah.
Is that still like current?
But we still Commonwealth.
Yeah. So as long as you're a Commonwealth state, they can make up laws as they go, and as it, depending on what's going on with the situation. Wow. And when did you learn that? Did you learn that while you were going through it, or you learned that
while we're going through it? So that's what made me end up taking law, because of the charges that my child's father had gotten. He was I was 18, he was 19 at the time. And so they sentenced him to 26 years.
Wow.
For a drug and a gun charge. They gave him 26 years.
Wow.
First time felon, 19 years old.
Wow.
Here in Danville.
Wow.
And so that's what made me start. I was going to the law library because I was trying to help him with his case.
Okay, yeah.
So I was going to the law library. They have a law library downtown.
Okay,
you have to sign in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the bottom floor.
Okay.
And I had, I'm gonna find it.
Oh yeah.
So I had found out about that law library, and I was trying to write an appeal for him and whatnot, and not knowing I was gonna have a charge.
Yeah.
I went and put myself, signed up at DCC to take some criminal justice. I'm ready to be the lawyer, baby. Because that was one of my dreams anyhow.
Yes.
And so during that time, that's when I ended up getting a felony. I got papers served. I'm like, what? I was just testifying about what happened as a witness, that yes, I was with him. Yes, I did want him to leave. But no, I didn't know that you was going to get me, And he even tried to let them know that it wasn't, give me whatever y'all want to give her. And they did. They gave him an extra year, so that's how I was 26 years instead of 25. And then they gave me a felony, aiding and abetting his failure to appear. And that's when I found out that, I was the first person to have that charge in the state of Virginia as far as it being a felony.
Yeah, okay.
Because a failure to appear is really a misdemeanor.
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
But they told me because he was a felon, because his charges were a felon, they were giving me a felony. So now here I am, a single parent. At that time, I was pregnant with my second child. So 19, high school dropout, and now I have a felony. And now I'm ready to be a single parent because he has 26 years.
Wow. So you were just trying to help him out and try to make sure he doesn't go away that long, so you wouldn't be a single parent, and it wound up being a felony for you.
Yes.
That is still with you, but it hasn't stopped you. From anything.
Sir, it made me stronger, baby.
Wow.
The train keep on rolling.
Way to tie that back in there. Let's go.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So with that felony, did you have to serve any time or anything? Or
yes. So I end up having, they gave me 5 years, I want to say, penitentiary time. That's the way they stated it. And I was to serve 2 years, I believe.
Okay.
I end up doing 3 months. I was pregnant. I end up doing 3 months here at the jail. And I appealed it.
Okay.
I appealed it immediately.
With those law classes? Or you didn't get to the law classes yet?
So I had already taken the law, what I could take. So I just appealed it because I did know I could appeal it. I didn't have any counsel, or anything, because I fired the attorney that was representing us, because I'm like, bro, how you get us here? Because we had a paid attorney. Yeah. How you not see this coming? But that's we young, we black, and we don't know.
Yeah. Education.
And so that's right.
Yeah.
And so I do know that I could get an appeal, because this wasn't, I learned a lot from helping him.
Okay.
In his case. And so I got an appeal. I got out on appeal, and I stayed out on appeal from 2000 until 2001 until 2009. The case came back.
Okay.
In 2009, that's when it came back through all those appeal courts and the Supreme Court. It took years to go through. They actually use my case is actually one of the ones they use in universities and law for case law study because I'm the first. Yeah, because it made it to the Supreme Court. And
Wow.
So if you look it up, you'll see it's a case law study because of how far it went up. But it came back in 2009, right after I got saved, and I went to the judge when I had to go to court because it would be whether I had to go back to jail because it came back guilty again. And I told the judge that day, I like, Judge, I have my life together now. Because in between that time, I got in more trouble, though. Because by then, I'm spiraling, in all those years. So, I'm like, I'm not her.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how today I said, I'm
not
her?
Yeah,
Yeah, now today, I'm her that you see. But that day, I'm like, I'm not her
yes.
that you've seen before. I really have gave my life to the Lord. And he like, you know how many people come here and say that?
Yeah.
I'm like, look, bro, my grandma passed this year. I gave my life to the Lord this year. My children don't have nobody but me because now I got 5.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And I'm 28. I'm not 19 anymore. I'm not 18 now. I'm 28 with 5 children and a single parent.
Yeah.
So I'm like, give me a chance. I cannot go to jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I cannot go do the rest of that sentence. And what happened was he gave me a large fine.
Okay.
And I had to do some community service hours or whatnot. And so I worked that fine off. It took me quite a few years, but I worked that fine off without a job. I cut grass. That's why I don't have a lot of time for people excuses or whatnot. Wow. You can get it. You understand what I'm saying?
No excuses over here.
No
Let's
excuses.
Go.
It's a way to get it done. And so I get out here and I would clean. If I would see somebody's house to say for rent or whatever, I would ask, can I come in and clean your house while it's for rent to keep it looking good? And I'm a pause right here because my great grandmother, she used to clean houses. That's all she did, domestic. All her life. Even when Blue Park was, when black people couldn't go up there really, because she was domestic, she was able to go inside and clean.
Yeah.
And I remember telling my grandmother one day, as a teenager, I would never do that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I said that too.
I would never do that. Yeah. Being all young and hot-headed. Girl, God humbled me real easy because I was going out. They were looking for grandma. I was begging for work.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
And so don't ever say what you won't do for survival. Just try to do the right thing. But I learned a lot. It humbled me.
Yeah.
It humbled me. But
That's crazy. Yeah. Wow, that right there was, man, like,
I don't know.
I'm
giving you stuff for the book. I'm telling you stuff I ain't told nobody.
Listen, let's go. I love it. I love it. So you said it's a book coming out.
Yes.
You have a title yet?
It's called I can't tell you right now. I wrote this book years ago. I told my children to publish it when I'm gone because they can't deal with it. The public can't deal with it while I'm living, baby.
It's that powerful.
Yeah, it's in an envelope. It's already been edited. I've been baking that book for years, way back when I got saved. All of it. Oh gosh.
And what is it in you that you feel? Oh, so you said that the community can't deal with it. Is that?
Oh,
powerful?
They can't take it. They be looking sideways. Trying to figure out who's who what. Who, huh?
Okay.
Oh,
Because I was gonna say, what made you decide that you want to wait until you?
Oh, baby, it's the real story. But I did leave your names out, so don't worry if your names are in there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but I don't want anybody trying to figure out who is who, what is what.
That's good. That's
when I'm gone though.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
That's a good story, man. Told them, wow.
Yeah, my children have
wrote it already.
Yeah,
it's edited.
I had it edited.
And they're gonna publish it
when I'm gone.
And you're transition.
Yes.
Wow, that's a.
And I'm not leaving anytime soon, so y'all
won't
read that book for about 30, 40 more years.
I know
unless I let somebody else publish it, and they do it in another city, not here, and then I just push it on like it's somebody else's. Just know. Okay, go ahead.
You said Tyler Perry?
Oh,
Tyler Perry movie.
I ain't got time. Okay, go ahead. What you want to talk about? What you want to talk about?
I ain't making a movie, so we can go ahead and get that. Nah. That's good. That's real good, though. I like that. I mean, you're already leaving a legacy for your kids and something that you've already written. Like, I mean, it's already there, so they can have something to reflect on. But you said they already read it.
Yes.
But it's something that they'll be able to utilize. Like you said, it's a legacy for them.
Yes.
Both, emotionally and financially. Because I know it's going to go.
Thank you.
I know it's going to go.
Speak it, baby.
I know it's going to go. I already know. It. That's wild, man. That's wild. Wild journey.
Yes.
That So I know you mentioned that your case is using schools, the law schools.
Mm-hmm.
Have you well, I don't know what they if they do it or not, but have you been able to go and speak to it to any of these law schools or anything?
So the only way I knew that was one day I Googled myself,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I found out that I was being used for a case law study
Mm.
because I had that charge and because it went all the way up the ranks
Mm-hmm.
and because midway through the appeal court overturned it,
Mm-hmm.
which is not a regular thing, meaning that when it went up the line, the appeal court looked at the case and said, this makes no sense.
Yeah.
We need to, this girl
Yeah.
should be going through that.
Mm-hmm.
And they overturned the
Gotcha.
decision that the
Gotcha.
Commonwealth made.
Mm.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
now I don't have a felony at that time.
Okay.
But to Virginia, Danville,
Okay.
they took and appealed the decision. And so when it came back to me, it was stated, do you have any funds? Because we could take it up.
Mm-hmm.
You can fight this.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. By that time, this 4, 5, 6, 7 years later, I'm all the way out there.
Yeah.
I ain't got no money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not that kind of money to go against the city of Danville.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it made it to the
That's
Supreme Court, and they stuck it out, and they went with,
Let's go. Let's
yeah.
go. Let's
So
go.
that's how I went. So I ended up keeping the felon. But yeah, they made it all the way to the
It's
Supreme
always
Court.
a hater out there. It's
But
always
let
a
me
hater
tell you
out
something.
there.
I'm gonna drop my jewel right here. Yesterday I was thinking about them haters, right? And I wanted to do a live last night so bad, hard headed. But being hated
Mm-hmm.
does not mean being halted.
Mm.
It's just an L you put between it right there. But being hated does not mean being halted.
Yes.
We cannot let that stop us. This
Yes.
train gonna keep on rolling, baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. This
okay.
train gonna keep on rolling.
But yeah, being
Yeah.
hated does not mean being halted. And that's what I've learned.
That's wow. Being hated does not mean being halted.
Yeah. It was just you put that L right there. It's the same words, but you just add an L. And I was like, Lord, that's deep. Being hated does not mean being halted.
Mm-hmm.
We allow sometimes the way people we can feel when we walk in a place. They got hate that you can feel, and you might feel like you don't supposed to be there because of what you're feeling. No, they might not supposed to be there, but sometimes we leave out of what's for us because of what we feel coming off somebody else. Maybe they in the wrong place.
That's
But
true.
I'm gonna keep moving.
That's true. That's true. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
If I don't supposed to be here, then the wheat and tear, it's gonna separate.
Yeah.
We gonna find out. But
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna keep moving. I'm not gonna let hate halt me, and that's why I love to love.
Oh yeah.
Because love go win every time. I
Every
love a
time.
hater.
Every
I
time.
told you the people who hurt me, I love them even more because
Yes.
I could see the pain in them.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Love go always win.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
One of my
ma'am. I
tattoos,
couldn't
one
agree
love.
more.
I love it.
Okay.
One love.
One love. Is that from that or is that from Bob Marley?
This from my dad.
Okay.
My dad loved Bob Marley. But I
Mm.
got this right before I got saved. I know I was
Mhm.
gonna get saved, and my homegirls was getting tattoos. We had a little dude come out of the house and whatnot. And I said I didn't want to fight. I used to fight all the
Okay.
time. And that day, I was I was on my mind, but I knew that I was tired.
Mhm.
It had been winding up on me anyway.
Okay.
And I said, put one love.
Yeah.
I want one love. And they were like, what you get? I said, one love. I'm tired. I said, this the hand I fight with. I said, so when I raise this, I want to look at it and remember that this is not what it's made for.
Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
Let's
Let's
go.
get it.
Yo. Listen, I hope that's in the book. That's in the book. I know that's in the book. You dropping gems, man. You dropping plenty of gems for us, man. Plenty of gems. Let me check on the
Okay.
time and see where we are. All right. So through all those challenges you had that you were able to overcome,
Yes.
how did they help you transition from what you said being in the streets to I would say you do a lot of public service, right?
Okay, yes.
So
I do.
how those challenges, help you transition?
So the same house that I was saved in, my children prayed for me at home,
Mm.
and that's how I came out the street. I was not in any one church or anything. And from that, I knew that it was people who needed what I was feeling because I'm a giver. I'm a sharer.
Yeah.
And whenever I get something good, I call somebody close and be like, I got this, come and try. So I've always been that way. No matter what it was, I want you to try it. And so I always say, ain't no fun if the homeless can't have none, right?
Okay.
So I wanted them to feel this feeling I was feeling. And so I started a ministry out my home, the same home I used to do everything else in. Same place called Kick It With Jesus. And
Nice.
it was supposed to be about overcoming.
Okay.
So the slogan was "Come over to overcome." That was the theme of it, and we used Philippians 4:13. I could do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens me, and so I began to have a ministry at my house every Saturday
Mm-hmm.
at 5 o'clock. I
Okay.
picked that time intentionally because that's the time I usually was ready to roll out on Saturdays. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
ready to
yeah,
get
yeah.
started, baby. And so
Okay.
that's the time that I will have Kick It with Jesus for 1 hour,
Mm-hmm.
and people could come over and learn about different ways to overcome addiction, learn what you're really dealing with. It
Mm-hmm.
was never a judging moment.
Mm-hmm.
It was just more like an empowerment.
Yeah.
That this is what eventually can happen from that and that. And because of that, when I learned that people were coming, I started at a church first doing it. Then I started in my home. That once they were trying to leave certain things alone, they were still getting money,
Mm-hmm.
but didn't know how to spend the money. Because if you've been spending your money last week on that, and then
Yeah.
you got extra money, you ready to go blow it again. I learned that we need to learn how to save money, that we needed to have some jobs. And so I began to tap into Constance Coveting. And then I began to do little Kick It with Jesus community days over in
Okay.
Cardinal Village and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so that's how I kind of pivoted into using what I've been through to help others, because I know what I needed coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't so much what to do, because you want to do right. It was how to do it.
Yes. Yes.
So it was many nights that because I got saved instantly, right? I got delivered instantly. And mind you, earlier that week, I'm out there still getting lit.
All right. So far so good, man.
Yes.
This has been really, really good. It's been really good, man. Look, like you said, no excuses.
That's
So there's
right.
no excuses that I don't have anybody behind the camera today, but I want to have this conversation.
Make it work.
But I do want to know, like, how some of those challenges that you faced were able to help you transition from the streets to where you are now.
Okay. So, hindsight, looking back, a lot of the things that I went through once I was saved, we started ministry, and I built it upon things that I dealt with. So, now I'm having money. I have a little extra flow. Like I said, I'm out here, I'm cutting grass. So I didn't have a job. And I wanted to do ministry.
Yeah.
I didn't get saved to be a preacher. I don't have a title, so I'm not a preacher really.
Yeah.
I just love to serve, right? I like outreach.
Yes.
But once I started getting myself together, I knew that it would be what I was longing for, what other people needed. How to keep it together, what to do with your extra money, what to do with your extra time. Because sometimes, and I know this is not how I probably answered it, but sometimes we can be in a room and we can hear about resources,
Yes.
but we are so afraid to really expound upon it because we don't really know what people are talking about, and you don't want to feel crazy by asking,
Yes.
oh, so I can go to DCC with it, because you think you should know, especially when people talk about it, because it seems so simple.
Yeah.
So it was things and resources that I knew were out there, so I tapped into Constance Coveting. Sandy Saunders was a great help. My community was a great help, and began to sell plates and whatnot, so people could learn how to dress for interviews. So Abe Copeland donated clothes. The store did. Donated suits and different things like that. Food Line was really good with giving groceries sometimes. I didn't know these people. I would just call. I would go through the phone book and call and say, hey, I'm doing something over here in my neighborhood. Can y'all come over, please? And people would just come over.
That's simple.
It was that simple. I'm talking about, I'm probably a year and a half out of the streets, and I'm just making these phone calls. And people were so happy to come over and set up. And so that's how we did. So Kick It With Jesus was formed, a nonprofit, because of the ministry I was having out of my home every Saturday at 5. And so just was giving people what I knew was helping me. Ended up going back to DCC myself and graduating. So just things that I knew, and I knew I can explain it to people without making them feel the way I would feel.
Yeah.
As a single parent,
Yeah.
going to social services, so sometimes, no disregard to social services, but sometimes people in authority can talk to you in such a way, you're going to get WIC, and well, you shouldn't have children, you couldn't afford them. Well, they here now.
Exactly. So now what?
Now what? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't need to be beat up and, well, this is what you, and this is how you, ma'am, if I knew how to do the job, I would have your job. I don't know how to do it. That's why I'm asking you the questions. But you're talking to me this way, and then, makes me want to go back out and get the stuff a different kind of way, because I know how to get it a different kind of way.
Yes.
But I'm trying to do right.
Yes.
Because, see, I
Yes.
never had to use any of those services until I got saved. Because I would
Mm.
go get it. You
Yeah. Oh
understand?
yeah.
And so I didn't want people to feel that shame of needing help, of needing resources, of knowing you messed up and now you're trying to bounce back,
Yes.
beating you up because you messed up. We all have those moments in life where we're still living and learning. You ask me, who
Mm-hmm.
am I? I'm still learning.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
We living and learning, meaning if I'm learning, I probably learn from my biggest failures.
Yes.
So that means I'm making some mistakes along the way, but that's how I'm learning.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that compassion that comes with it. So that's what helped me right there.
Man, you spoke to me on that. So the people in those positions that are supposed to be there to help, they are judging, which is not of anybody, whether you're religious or not. You should never judge the next person,
Correct.
which comes off and could shy somebody away from, like you said, doing the right thing. I'm trying to do the right thing and not be out here that maybe, doing something
Right.
that can harm somebody in your family because of what I'm choosing to do, because of what I feel like I know how to do to get money and
Right.
to get, just to get out of my situation.
Right.
Because I'm here,
Survive.
yeah. So I'm trying to survive, right? So doing that is not going to help. I mean, but that spoke to the type of person that you are, to be able to see through that and still continue to, like, hey, look, ma'am, listen, I wouldn't be here if I, what I'm saying, if I
Right.
knew already. So I'm here for your help and your guidance because this is your profession. This is what you're supposed to be helping me do.
Right.
And then another point you spoke on was, I say it a lot. I mean, it kind of spoke to me when you were saying, like, well, you shouldn't have kids if you can't take care of them. I say that a lot. I don't say it to people who already have kids.
Right.
However, in that situation where I guess I'm looking at it because I didn't personally birth kids at all, and I
Right.
didn't plan on it. However, like listening to what you're saying, I know a lot of people, and being in the classroom for 10 years, students that have kids or they don't. So I'm saying,
Right.
look, don't have them if you can't take care of them, you can't afford them. Don't even put yourself in that
That's
predicament.
right.
So I'm saying that because it's not existent.
So what you're saying is that when you're speaking that though, you're being proactive.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing when you're getting ahead of it.
Yeah.
But being reactive is when it's already here. It can't be changed, and you talking to me in a proactive stance, ma'am. You're being reactive now. You're reacting to
Yes.
something that's already happened.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Being
Okay.
proactive is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I try to do when I get out and tell people, don't do this because I've been there. I've done that. That's me being proactive. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to stop it.
Yes.
Preventive care.
Yes.
Me being reactive is after you already done it. You should have did it. You know better. Why did you do that? That's not going to help you at that moment.
Not at all. Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? You
Not
already
at
know you
all.
shouldn't have done. That's why we talking, because you know you done messed up.
Exactly.
Do I need to beat you up? You already beating yourself up?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Now, had you had listen, if I was one that was telling you to be proactive in some things,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. But I mean, even still in that moment, you still, like you said, as a good person, as a great person that want to help and impact, you still don't want to beat somebody up when they're already down. It's like, hey,
that's
listen,
right.
we can talk. I mean, address it like, hey, had you not done this, we wouldn't be here right now. However, since we are, this is what needs to happen for X, Y, and Z to
Let's
move
deal with
forward.
it.
Like, you need to, like, this is what happens to move forward.
That's it.
Like, and that's a touchy not touchy subject, but I mean, it's really, I really feel passionate about that type of
Right.
conversation because it's a lot. It happens a lot.
is.
You said you were in high school and you had your first child, and then
Yes.
upon getting your GED, and in that process you had another child,
That's right.
and then you were dealing with incarceration,
That's
and
right.
you had another child.
That's and this is
Well,
all.
I'm
Yeah,
tracking,
this is all this before the age of 20.
but by 28, 5
5
kids.
children, a felony, single
Yep, a
parent.
felony, single parent, and you said you were not really able to attain a job within that time frame, like
That's right.
what we consider a good job,
One that I knew that I
career.
deserved.
Yes,
Because,
yes,
like I said, I started school at the age of 4 and was skipped to
Uh-huh.
first grade. So I know I'm smart, right?
yes, yes.
So then that's another inner frustration because I'm mad at me because I done tricked up a lot of my life. I'm
Yeah.
not blaming the system on that. That was a lot of decision making, but because when I got myself together,
Mm-hmm.
I started going to trainings and learning about ACEs and trauma.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, well, this is something that made a triggered me to go this way because I didn't know that this stuff can change and alter your mind at a young age. That if you dealt with this and you push it to the back,
Wow.
I think I'm the baddest, not knowing I'm the hurtest.
Wow. So what would you say one of those triggers you learned from ACEs caused the street action, right? Like, what would you
Yes.
say one of those triggers were?
So that's something that's in the book because I don't want to put
I
nobody's
got you.
name
I
out
got you.
there,
I got
'cause
you. I
then that's
got
gonna
you.
be somebody
So it was
calling
a
me
person.
saying it was situations.
Situation. Okay, I got you. Okay,
Yeah, it was
situation. Okay,
situations.
got you. Okay, that makes
They go
sense.
call and be like, oh, so now you want to tell that.
Ah,
But it's not just on a person, it's on a situation.
I got
But
you.
because I love people, when
Yes.
I testify about me.
Yes.
If anybody else want to tell their story, I let them
Mm-hmm.
tell it. Because
Okay.
that's between them, the Lord, and whoever they work it out with. I would never expose anyone because that's never my intention.
Yeah.
So when I tell my testimony, I try to keep it reeled in enough that, I went through something, but you would never know who caused it.
Oh yeah. That's true. That's real.
So
That's
the
real.
triggers were situations that I were in, not knowing that I built up defense mechanisms of
Mm.
survival, of fighting, just different things.
Yeah.
So like I say, in the street, you fighting a lot. You out here, you the one show up and you got the people with you that know how to get it popping and all that stuff. You the baddest.
Yeah.
But like I told you, I want the baddest, I was the hurtest. But that's what I
Mm.
realized after ACEs training. So
Okay.
that's why when I work with Project Imagine or when I'm out talking, the one that's the baddest in that group, and I don't mean bad behavior, I mean they one that they got their rep,
They
they
got
got
the
those stripes,
yeah
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's the
Uh-huh.
one I want to talk to.
Okay.
Cause you hurt, baby. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? And I want to love you. I don't even want to talk about you being hurt. I just want to love you. I want to let you know there's really strength that you got.
And that was what I was gonna say. Well, wanted to know next. Like, how do you speak to that youth, that the
Oh, I
person
speak
that
right
has
to
that?
it. Oh,
Mm.
baby, I see you. You
But
all
you, so I
right.
would use more of a, I guess you would say the person that's at the, the WIC office or social services. I
Right.
would use kind of that approach, not necessarily putting them down, but I mean, my natural is sarcasm,
Okay.
but I follow it up with a solution
Okay.
because I'm solution based off rip.
Okay.
But I'm not reaching where I want to reach. So I'm
Okay.
trying to learn how to, and I also haven't been through a lot of what the youth have been to, but I'm always in that position where
Okay.
I'm there, they're in it, like they're in it,
Gotcha.
and I'm somebody that they trust to talk
That's
to and
right.
to come to, and that could give them advice to help them through that or move around it.
That's right.
But like I said, my method is not always the best because I'm not getting the results that I want to get. I want to help them, like you said, come out on the other
That's
side.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Not move from being like showing the baddest,
That's
but you're the
right.
hurtest. So now how do we get to the other side where you're, able to deal with all that and be okay and live a successful life and whatever that looks like for you? So
Okay.
what were you using to not using? I mean, I know you're naturally authentic. You say you're
So
compassionate. How did you reach
really
them?
understanding. And it's not just because I've been through a lot of their situations, because some of us have been through similar and some of them haven't.
Mm-hmm.
My dad will always tell me growing up, understanding is the best thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's biblical, right? But my dad was not a preacher, but he was my dad. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? And so even if I didn't understand exactly what they were in, I hadn't been in it, I understood pain.
Mm.
You understand pain.
Yes.
I understood hurt. You understand hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I understood grief. You understand it. I understood disappointment and thinking that people would be there for you that should be and not. You understand
Mm.
that. So even though I didn't have their exact situations, I did have those exact emotions at some point in my life. So that's what I touch in on.
It. That's
Baby,
it.
pain is pain. I know they say you shouldn't say I know what you're feeling. Pain is pain. Now mentally, is your pain gonna cause me to do the same thing that my pain causes me to do? Your pain mentally might have you to need to go somewhere for 3 days and sit down and talk to someone. My pain may have me go out and fight somebody. My
Mm.
reaction may be different, but
Got it.
what we felt
Was.
that was real the same.
Mm-hmm.
We both felt pain. Now, how we react is different.
Yes.
So that's what I
Yes.
think people mean when they say I can't tell you how to feel. What they really say, I can't tell you how to react, what you're
Yes.
going through, but I can tell you that I know what pain feel like. So I can tell you that I feel like that I know what somebody talking down to you feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it feel like to be the one in the room looked over. I know what it feel like to be picked on. I know what that feels like. I know what disappointment feels like. You thought somebody was gonna show up for you and they didn't. Now, was it your grandma who didn't show up, or was it your dad? It might have been for me. It might have been a teacher
Mm-hmm.
in school that saw some children bullying me, but still, and yet we both had someone that didn't show up, so we both
Yes.
experienced disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your way of dealing with it might be different from mine, but let's get past that. Let's talk about I know what I understand.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Understanding the best thing in the world, baby. So that's the way. I understand what you're going. No, because well, you don't know. You ain't been through what I've been through. No, but I feel what you felt.
That response right there is it right there because I hear it a lot. You don't know. Like I said, I'm in the
I
classroom and a
don't.
lot of the females say, oh,
Yeah.
okay, but yeah.
I don't. What that somebody violated you in this manner? No, I didn't have anyone close violate me in that manner. But I know you're disappointed because it was somebody you trusted that did it, and I know what disappointment feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I know what disappointment feels like.
Mm.
No, I didn't go through that, but I know what that feeling feels like.
Yeah.
I've had disappointment. You've had
Yeah.
disappointment. Life gives us that. You
Mm-hmm.
understand?
Yeah.
So I understand.
That's
That's the key.
that's what I was about to say. You just gave me the key. That's what I needed right there. That's what I needed. Because I love, like I said, I love the youth, and I, initially started the podcast for them because I wanted them to see different ways of success or just different career paths and what success can look like for different people. It doesn't always mean millions of
That's
dollars.
right.
A lot of people now 7-figure this, 8-figure that. I can help you make 10,000 in a week, but not money. Money doesn't mean everything to everybody. Like my success can mean sitting beside somebody as
That's
powerful
right.
as yourself, or it can mean being able to travel every weekend or
That's
every
it.
summer. Like success looks different for different people. So I wanted to show them that as well as career paths. Like go to school, get a job, and go. I mean, go to school to get that education and get a job and be in that career for the next 80 years, 40 years of your life. Well, it's now probably 80.
Right.
That's what we always known. But it's also people out here that you don't hear about the what do you call it? The like the work where you're the trades. You don't hear about
That's
trades. Like
right.
nobody's talking about trades. You can do the same as somebody in a career with a trade,
That's
which a
right.
trade can be a career. But then you also can just do full entrepreneurship.
That's it.
You can also not go to college and still be
That's
just as
it.
successful as somebody who went to college.
That's it.
But those stories are not being told. You don't hear about them stories, and if you do, it's almost like, oh, that's too good to be true. They making $1 million because
That's
they have
it.
some kind of specific skill set. But when you think about it, it ties back into the same thing. That skill set is a trade, something very specific that's hands on that they
That's
learned,
it.
and they were able to, just focus on it and be
Tap
successful.
in.
So it's like I say, when I'm talking to different people, I'm talking to people in all walks of life. People that have went to college and have careers. People that have entrepreneurship, businesses
That's
where they
it.
started from scratch and they're successful. People that are in careers just working and doing very well and they're happy. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
what does
it.
that look like for you? You don't Happiness is not defined by anybody but yourself
That's it.
or
And
success or whatever.
I think sometimes what I would tell my young people when I would talk to them, and we'd be in the class or something, I say, "You're successful to me today because you decided to do something better for yourself.
Mm.
You decided that when you woke up, you wanted a different way. Even if you go back, you mess up when you get in the class and stuff. That's successful for you because some people are pushing past stuff that you would never even fathom they're going through because
Mm-hmm.
we still show up and do like we should.
Yes.
We still show up and look
Mm-hmm.
normal. Some
Yes.
people you see it through their behavior. You think they bad, but they're really showing up. But they showing up with a lot of inner stuff.
Yes. Yes.
You understand? So you still showed up. So when I have a student who's been expelled or suspended or fighting, I say, so you showed up that day though, didn't you? It went wrong, but you still showed up, didn't you?
That's a good way to look
You
at that.
showed up. So
Yes.
I'm proud of you because I always tell them, I don't care what they doing. I say, I'm proud of you. What you proud of me for, Miss Shakevia? I ain't did nothing. I said, yeah, you showed up. You went. You act a fool late, I heard, but you went.
Yes.
So let's see how we can keep you from acting a fool when you go the next time.
Mm.
What trigger you? Well, you ain't. They said that when that happened. I said so that tapped into your hurt, didn't it? See, I get in the I said so.
Back to the
You hurt,
emotions.
right?
That's good.
I said you hurt.
Good.
You must be. I said that hurt your feelings. They don't like to know their feelings was hurt.
Yeah.
But I tell them, I say, so your feelings was hurt, really. That's what really
Mm-hmm.
happened. And they get to crying and you know what? And I say, yup, your feelings was hurt. But I love you. You okay? I said their feelings probably hurt because hurt people, baby.
Yes.
But you showed up. So the next time you show up, you understand that you're dealing with a hurt person too when you see them. Don't let them trigger you though, that baby. Don't let their hurt trigger your hurt. Learn how to deal with your hurt while you on this break suspended. Journal. Deal with what's hurting you because when you get grown and get to work and fighting, you ain't gonna make no money.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna call you a fool or something like that, and I'm gonna still
Yes.
say I'm proud of you because you try to get a job.
Yeah.
But you trick the job
Yeah.
up, and you can't
Yeah.
keep tricking them up, or you
Yeah.
don't get no more.
Yeah.
I have
That's
to get
true.
down in the mud with them,
Mm-hmm.
but I always let them know I'm proud of them, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They could have just done whatever, but when I see them, my first words to them, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
For what? I got just because you showed up.
Yes.
I'm proud of you because you talking to me means you want something better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Oh yeah.
That's how I go. You meet them where they are, and then you just bring them up because they waiting for you to fuss. So that's why I don't hit them with that.
Mm-hmm.
I come around another way with it.
Yeah.
They
I,
waiting for me to say why you do it. I told you if you got in trouble. I'm proud of you.
yeah. Yeah.
But
I like
what?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that approach. But you said something important that I needed to hear, that you're tying back into the emotions once you do that, cuz I meet them where they are as well. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I probably should work more on, well, I can't even, I wouldn't even say that, because I mean, you want to be authentic. If
That's
I say I'm
right.
proud of you, they wouldn't feel it from me, because
They know you expect.
my
Right,
expect, you know what I'm
right,
saying? So I wouldn't be able to say that, but I get it, you know what I'm
right.
saying? When they're there, just, and don't meet them with the whole, like a parent type of deal, but meet them in a space, which I normally do.
That's
But the
right.
next level of that is like tapping into that emotion, like you said, or you were hurt, right? Or, you know what I'm saying, you felt triggered by, so, and I think I do try to ask those questions of why. Like, why is like one of my favorite questions.
Right.
It's just a matter of like, next, what's
I
next?
understand is what's next for me,
Mm,
because once they start revealing, it's something terrible for me to sit and tell someone, whether it's a relationship or anything, to start exposing and making myself vulnerable, and I don't feel you say you understand me. Now I'm
okay,
lonely again.
okay, okay,
Now I'm isolated
okay,
again.
okay,
So
okay.
that's when I understand.
That's good. That's good.
I get triggered too. So
Mm-hmm.
now I don't feel isolated. I don't feel like I'm the only one, or like those names that they've called me from the classroom to the office to everywhere
Mm-hmm.
else, because I'm probably been having this routine.
Yeah.
My understanding is, don't you know that I was at a board meeting and what you call it said something? I don't say names, and I wanted that trigger because I still had that too. I let them know I'm human. I
Mm-hmm.
understand, but
That's
this is how
good.
I dealt with
That's
mine.
good.
So now I'm ready to bring you up as well. So then that comes to what's next. But
Mm-hmm.
I have to tie it off with the I understand, so they don't feel exposed
Yeah.
and vulnerable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
preying on
Yeah.
their
Yeah. Yeah.
weakness almost.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to feel like I'm taking their power, because now
Mm-hmm.
I done had them open up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you ever been in a
No, that's
relationship, you done
yeah.
told everything, and then you waiting for the
Yeah.
what you did in your
Yeah.
past. You know, you
What's
done
you?
told all your business, and then they, I ain't did nothing, and you
Oh
like,
yeah.
what? I done told you.
You like, dang, you gonna leave me hanging? Like, oh my goodness. Or you be like, man, well, what did I say? They don't want to say nothing. Probably think I'm
Exactly my
crazy.
point. So the I understand
I
comes
got
in,
you. I
like
got
I
you. I got
understand,
you.
like
That makes a
I
lot of
made
sense.
might to make your choices, but I made some choices along the way.
Yes. Yes.
Now is what's next. So where do we go from here? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Th-
needed that. I needed that.
Yeah, that's how
I
I got.
needed that.
I just gave y'all some game in all kind of ways.
All kinds of
You
ways.
understand what I'm saying? It's
You
bigger than
did a
class.
lot though with that. You were meeting them where they were in the moment with them. You built the trust in
Mm-hmm.
that situation, and then you offer like solution as well.
What's
Like you were
next?
also, like you said, you were vulnerable, so you were actually putting yourself where they can understand and see, hey, I'm not the only one. Like you see, you didn't let them feel alone,
That's right.
which is important to know. That I feel like when I was hearing you say that, I'm like, well, I don't. Was I making them feel like they were alone, or was I not? Because it just depends. Me being vulnerable in situations is something I'm working on as well. Not that I cannot, or not that I
It
don't.
takes work,
It's just
baby.
a matter of, do I do it or not? Because like you said, when your triggers and traumas from the past, mine is, trust issues. So it's like, if I'm being vulnerable, that means that I'm trusting
That's it.
them,
That's it.
but I want them to trust
Come
me.
on now.
So how does it's a two-way street? So in order for, if I'm the leader in that situation, if I'm the, the person that's, trying to help a youth, then I would need to do that first. That means that I need
Leaders.
to
Lead
let
by example.
lead by example and
I let
trust
them get it
first
off,
and be
and then
vulnerable.
I'd say what's
Yes.
up. And most times it end up they going back apologizing to
Mm,
whomever the
okay.
principal. It might be like this, might be, but they saying it because now they done thought about their actions. Because now we done walked the whole way around the world, and it don't
Yes.
take long,
Yes. Yes.
And now when they mess up again, they go think about us, because now I done opened them up, right? So now is they don't want to disappoint.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they do, they call him first. Miss Shakevia, I'm trying not to punch him in the face. They saying something to me. This teacher said something, because now they don't
Yes.
want to disappoint me, because we got a friendship. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Miss Shakevia expecting you to do better than what you've been doing.
I like that.
You know what
That's
I'm
that's my
saying?
goal right there. To be, I want them to be like, oh yeah, Coach T said. I like that when
Yeah.
it's not
So
just basketball. I like that.
that's
I
right.
like
Because
that.
now
Yeah.
they open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you open yourself to somebody, that's how we have soul ties, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Soul ties is not about sex. There's plenty of people I have soul ties with, haven't touched in an intimate way.
Mm-hmm.
But I've opened myself up,
Powerful. Wow.
right?
Lesson learned
You see
number
what I'm saying?
55.
So that's what we have.
Yeah.
So now when they doing something they have no business, they're gonna call me.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna call me when they fighting, after the fight, before the fight.
Mm-hmm.
But most time now it's before. It's
That's
before they
good.
ready to drop out of school.
That's
It's
good.
before they ready to go out here and represent for their gang or their set. It's
That's
before
good.
I don't want to
That's
make this
good.
decision, but they depend on me to do this, Miss Shakeva, because they know that I'm, well, let's see what this really do you. But that's because we got that soul tie now. So now I'm tied in with them. So now they got to let me know what's going on sometimes.
Good. That's good. Oh,
Or
goals.
they go unfriend me because they don't want me to see what's going on. It's
I
one or
know
the
that.
other,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But it's
yeah,
out of
yeah, yeah.
respect, though.
But
Like,
it's same. I mean, that
right.
means you're still impacting them.
That's
The
right.
fact that they don't want you to see that they're
That's
not doing the
right.
right thing, so
That's
eventually
right.
they'll be like, I gotta stop doing this. It's going to
That's
eat the
right.
you there,
They
like you're
know.
there. If they
Watch.
want to unfriend you, then you really tapped in. You are really tapped in, man.
And let me
Wow.
come back to you. I think with what you're doing great.
Mhm.
Each one of us has a way to approach it.
Yeah.
So it's not that your way is not right.
Mhm.
It's not that my way is right.
Mhm.
It's just that you are who you are. But I love what you're doing right now
Mhm.
because this is example. If you are in a leading position and you can't continue to learn,
Yeah.
then you're in the wrong place. So I'm learning from you as we speak.
Nice.
That I might
Nice.
need to be a little bit more strict a little bit, but I am who I am though.
Yeah.
But I still glean from what you're saying.
Mhm.
Um, One day I called for some prayer years ago, and I put it on Facebook. I need somebody,
Mhm.
and you showed up.
Oh yeah.
That showed me that how involved you are in the community, where your heart is. Listen to you
Wow.
talk. I'm listening to everything you're saying. You're saying, I want to glean from this. I want to learn this. You're not a hater,
Mhm.
evidently,
Mhm.
because you're talking about people that's around you, who you consider successful, who you want to learn from. You're speaking highly of the youth, even when they're messing up. It sounds like you want to know how you can even reach more to be
Yeah.
more impactful,
Mhm.
meaning God is ready to do great things in your life. This is part of the prepping and the preparation. But
Mhm.
if you're not willing to learn and improve, my
Mhm.
uncle always tell me, he's passed now, the biggest room in anybody's house should be the room for improvement.
Mm.
So you're going to be even powerful to this purpose podcast, I nickname it, to
Yes.
these purpose podcasts that you're doing, because you're sitting over here and you're grabbing these nuggets and these
Yeah.
jewels.
Grabbing them.
You ready to run with them? Put them in
Yes.
the game, coach. She
Oh
ready to
yeah.
do her thing with them.
Uh huh.
But this shows where your heart is,
Yeah.
because you're not. It's not uncomfortable in here,
Mhm.
and I'm telling you things that I normally wouldn't and haven't told anybody in my 16 years of salvation, because of your openness. So it's okay that you're guarded. You
Yeah.
understand?
Mhm.
But your heart is in the right place.
Okay. Okay.
So
That's good to
even
me.
if you're coming with your approach, I'm sure they could feel the love.
Mhm.
If you bring in sarcasm, I'd probably be upset with you if I was a child, only because I've been afflicted so deep on the inside. But
Yeah.
your love shines through.
Yeah.
So that makes the difference.
Mhm.
So you being authentically you, like you said,
Yeah.
is ready to be even greater for you, because this is a great moment of any leader of
Mhm.
learning. A leader who can't learn is a fool.
Yeah. I agree. You always have to be learning. I always have to be learning, man. But I'm just I do have discernment when I use the sarcasm. Like I do know how to read. Like I'm feel
Okay.
like I'm very blessed to read. So if I'm using it and I'm able to see the reaction, the body language, and it's not received and
Okay.
it's not helping the situation, I know how to pivot,
Good.
quickly to be that, person that it's just how like I said, that's how I lead with, and that's based
That's
on
you.
maybe something that I might need to work, not work on, but
No, that's
something from
you.
my,
Yeah. I
that
like
I
to
have.
laugh and
So
joke.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I
I mean,
come
so I
in
think it's
crazy
like a
situation with a
sarcastic
joke.
joker type
Oh,
of.
I'm terrible.
That's kind of where it is,
I'm
what I'm saying.
terrible.
I don't know how to explain it, but I mean, like I said, my students have learned that about me,
That's
so
right. That's who
I'm
you
like
are.
don't take it personal, because it's not personal. I mean, it's just, but it's also being transparent, and then let me know, like, if you're not feeling what was said, or how, just communicate. It's all about
You a
communication.
coach.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So a coach observes anyway.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
a coach know what to do. They know how to get in the game. They see if they need to change plays up. I don't know too much, but I do know that much.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
so
Oh yeah.
you know what you're doing, because
Yeah.
you're a coach. So
Ah,
that's it.
being able to use that in different areas.
That's
This is
it.
good though. This is
Yeah.
real good. I needed that last part. Needed that.
This is
Needed that for
good.
sure. I gotta learn. So as far as you going, not going, but I like listening to you talk about the having a child in high school, and then, more early on in your life. I've been in a classroom. I've had a lot of students that have had that same scenario. I've seen a lot of, pregnant teens before graduation, 10th grade, 11th grade, stuff like
Yes.
that. what advice do you have to them when they're, you know, in that same situation? Like, what advice do you have to them? Like, how did you overcome it? I don't even know if it's advice, but like, how did you overcome that? Because you said no excuses. Like, you had no excuses. So I don't want to hear
Right.
anybody tell me, oh, well, I had my child before I graduated high school. I had 2 kids right out, and I'm still struggling. No, what, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the
So
real.
I really I I don't know if I really overcame it, to be honest, because
Okay.
sometimes I still deal with some of my choices mentally when I'm in
Mhm.
certain rooms with people, because you can feel stuff.
Yeah.
And so I do feel that some people wonder, well, how did she get to do that when they know? Because
Yeah.
I remind you, I'm still in Danville.
Yeah. Okay. So
And
yeah,
so,
you.
yeah, so my people, it's people who know me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's why I'm always transparent, because I know me
Mm.
too.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I really ever overcame it. I just pushed. I didn't let it halt me.
Okay.
Because life keeps going.
Yeah.
But as far as being proactive, I tell young people to love themselves, learn how to love you, because that's mainly, I told you, love is powerful.
Yeah.
A lot of decisions I made were based on me not loving myself. And
Okay.
I know we say that about self worth and self esteem, and you gotta love you, but some people don't know how to love themselves because they never really felt what real love feels like from someone around them.
That makes.
So I try to teach what loving yourself is, and that's loving yourself regardless of your mistakes
Mhm.
that you're going to make in high school, elementary school, middle
Mhm.
school. Knowing that your difference is great.
Yeah.
Don't try to be whomever the popular person is, or you might be the popular person, but be authentic to you. That's what I was telling you.
Yeah.
Be authentic to who you are.
Mm.
Most times we're looking at what's around us and thinking that it's better than us because we see out. Only time we really see ourselves when we look in the mirror.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These eyes see out, not in.
Yeah.
So you have to learn. You have to almost force yourself to learn the in you
Mhm.
and know that the in you is a good you. I'm
Yeah.
not made to like what I see all day, because all you do is see out.
Yeah.
Eyes don't see in, we see out. So
Mhm.
all you're doing all day is looking around. So you're looking at what looks like it's better than what you're doing, better than what you're wearing, better than what you have. Look in. Learn that your difference is good, because the same way you're looking out, you are somebody else's out. They're looking at you as well.
Mhm.
And they're thinking that you are better, that yours this, that you are that. Learn to love who you are.
Mhm.
And that's what I do. I don't take sometimes the notion of don't get pregnant, because if you don't get pregnant, it could be something else that happened. You could get strong out by hitting the wrong blunt. It could be a lot of different things. Take the wrong drink somewhere. If I try
Yeah.
to hit everything and everything, I miss it. Because
Mhm.
pregnancy is not the worst thing in life,
True.
but it
That's
does
true.
alter life a lot, because now you're responsible for another life.
Yeah.
But it's not the end all. So I don't just
Mm.
use that. It's just love. Love is key. And so I
Yes.
teach my young men,
Mhm.
young women, older women,
Mhm.
when you really start to love who you are on the inside, you won't make those decisions so easily to
Mhm.
give your body up. You won't make those decisions so easily to jump into somebody's set to ride out and hurt somebody because you're trying to be popular or be included or be involved.
Yeah.
Because you'll learn you can roll by yourself. You'll be okay with you knowing that you're going to grow even more, and this is just something that's going to pass.
Yeah.
But you make a decision trying to fit in because you didn't know who you were.
Yes.
You
Yes.
looking at Big Homie, and Big Homie is still struggling on the inside too. You just
Mhm.
looking at the outside of Big Homie.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But you got more power than Big Homie if you learn who you are inwardly. You won't take that ride.
Yes.
You won't sleep with bruh for that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah.
So that's my proactive approach, and everything is love. And you, when you really get with you and lock in, I'm telling you,
That's it right there.
it's not that you're gonna be perfect, but baby, you gonna know who you are.
Mhm. Mhm.
And you gonna treat yourself as such.
Yes.
Not saying
And
you're gonna
you.
make everything right. You just gonna have more caution.
Yes. Yes. And you is most important. I
That's
agree.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. That's good. So as we transition, um, what motivated you to run for city council?
I love my city.
Let's go.
I
Let's
love my city,
go.
but really it's because I've been doing um grassroots work for so long.
Mhm.
Nonprofits. I told you I started one in 2010. Um and then my past.
Okay.
My past is always a pivot for me
Mhm.
because I don't want to forget it. So some people tell me I talk too much about it because they say I'm so transparent and they think
Mhm.
because I'm ready to be president of Rotary and I serve as a director of a company that I need to let those things go now. But baby, I'm not here for where I am. I'm here for who's coming behind me.
Yeah.
And I need them to know. It's not
Mhm.
an easy thing, but it's doable. But when I get somewhere and act like I forgot where I come from, then I'm not being a good leader for those who's looking for the way out. So I have to tell it. But anyway, you know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
let's
So,
go. I love
so
that.
that city council, I figured that I've worked in so many. I worked for Housing Authority for years as a youth coordinator. Um, that was my first job I got when I said after 5 years, and I
Uh
got that
huh.
from volunteering. Was
Okay.
going over to the center volunteering and helping out. Someone said, "We see you. You think you could be the youth coordinator here?" And that's how I got my first job. Just happened to be a government job. I didn't even know it was a government job.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
I was just
That's
working.
good. That's good.
When you in your passion, like you say,
Mhm.
you doing your thing. And then I began the church based tutorial. Asked me when I come and work for them while I was working for housing because they observed my work with housing
Good.
working with them. Robert David come and the city of Danville, Project Imagine. Hey, we see the work you do in the community. You think you work with us with youth and gave me a job there. And then I working there. And then this job come where we see you love the community. Can you help us with
Let's
this? And I'm
go.
executive director. You see what I'm
Let's
saying?
go.
Just being me
Being
though.
you and in your purpose.
And
Yes.
so through these different roles I've played and being a mom, meaning my children had to go through the school system here. I went
Mhm.
through it on all ends. I figured that it was time for me to
Mhm.
learn more,
Yes.
and to help those around me learn more. And
Mhm.
that's why it was let's get empowered together was my theme for city council. But I wanted to get into a different room so that I could find out about more resources and learn how to present things to us on those business levels. Learn how to give that language of the city council that we don't understand sometimes, not because the council is wrong, it's
Mhm.
just that we don't have an interpreter of that language if we're not used to that circle.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring us up to another level as
Mhm.
far as those who feel like they don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanted to get into a different room to help make some different decisions. Learn first
Mhm.
and then learn how to help make different decisions or make those decisions that would impact us in our community.
Okay.
So that was my motivation.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
That's good. So, can we talk about
Get
the
loose
outcome?
with
What
it.
was the outcome?
So the outcome was when I came in last year of January and leaving out, I led the race the whole time as far as income raising, fundraising. I was number one for the first 7, 8 months, and then the someone gifted themselves, which is public knowledge, so
Yeah.
it's fine. But I was mainly the top fundraiser. We never even put a piece of paper out to say raise funds. The community
Go.
came through, put
Let's
us up to about
go.
16, 17,000, something of that much. Thank you all.
Let's
Thank you.
go.
Um, and then it was election night, and election night was very interesting. We was hyped up with it was so great,
Oh yeah,
Rashida. The
great
young
feeling.
people
I can.
out there, and
Phew.
they out there working the booths, and people who never knew anything about politics. They like,
Mhm.
I'm coming
Get
out.
into it.
You
Let's
know what I'm
go.
saying? Let's
Yeah.
get it.
That's how you get
I
the
had
community
people
involved.
70, 80 years old, had never voted
Wow.
before. They
Wow.
involved, they
Wow.
like, let's do it.
Wow.
So it was the excitement of seeing everybody getting
Mm.
empowered together.
Yes.
And I'm gonna get to the point, but rode up on one of the precincts and we out there got love for the streets and they love me back. We out there with so y'all just yay!
Hey, let's
We out
go.
there. Let's get it. It's just
Uh-huh.
exciting. Got the
Mhm.
church exciting and it's just exciting all the way across the board. We had the Spanish community. We had
Let's
Spanish
go.
signs.
Killing
They out there.
the game.
Love
I
to
ain't
Shakevia
know
Frazier. I'm
that.
like, yes,
Yeah.
baby.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm excited. We have T-shirts, billboards. Your money was well spent. Website, and so that night we ready. So we having our election party. And the results are rolling. Oh God! And every precinct dropping. First precinct drop, I'm coming in the top three. Next precinct drop, I'm number one. I'm like, oh God! I'm like this the whole time. So my room is hype. Cause they
Uh-huh.
watching it. They got the
Uh-huh.
mic and everything. We done renting out this space, you know. They hype and they looking at it and they like, you got it. I can hear my kids, you winning again, Mom. You winning again. Cause I don't want to look at it. Cause it's
Uh-huh.
nervous, you know.
Yeah.
Third precinct drop. Mom, you in the top again. You in the top. Fourth precinct drop. Shakevia Frazier. You know, I hear my campaign
Uh-huh.
manager like, he come over there, he like, girl, pick your head up. You winning.
Let's
I'm like,
go.
oh God. Fifth precinct drop, still in the top three. So it's 9 of us running.
Mm-hmm.
So top three means I'm in that first, second, or third
Okay.
category. Every precinct,
Mm-hmm.
when it's dropping, my name is one of the first three. It's either number one,
Mm.
number two, or number three. So I'm
Mm.
hype all the way across. You understand?
Let's
But I'm
go.
humble and scared at the same time because I'm like, these folks ain't gonna let me get this seat. You know,
Uh-huh.
ain't no way I'm coming up against them. You know.
Yeah.
So when it's over, I'm still in the top three.
Mm-hmm.
So now they like, you won. I'm like, I ain't win. My friend over me, I got my prayer partner. She just started praying. So if anybody watched the video that I refuse to take down on my page,
Mm-hmm.
um, when they say I won, I automatically just drop to my knees, right? So now I'm praying, people praying,
Yeah.
cover Lord. My children up there, they done cut the war cry on. They up there, oh, 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 we
Yeah.
haven't. I'm like, this how you fight a battle. I'm
Exactly.
lit. I was like,
Yes.
oh. And so the news in there with me because they done came,
Mm-hmm.
so they got the camera rolling.
Let's
Oh,
go.
we lit. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? I done got the phone call from the folk, like, you won, girl. I'm talking about the folk, I
Yeah.
got one of the, representatives in my they came to my election party. They was like, we stopping here to tell you we glad you won. We can't wait to serve with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hyped. So the news want to take me out, take me
Yeah.
out the room and let's talk about how does it feel. I'm giving my whole speech. Now I'm talking about what I want to do for the city of Danville. I want to bring some things in here for the youth empowerment, youth engagement. I want to see more things where the youth can be a part of, but they can learn where they are, learn who they are, and then begin programs that help strengthen them, empower them, different communities. I'm rolling it. If you ever want to see it, I'll send
Do
it
it.
to
Oh
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to say send it to me. Let
Oh
me let me
yeah,
hear
I'm
that.
rolling there because I
Yeah.
hadn't really let anything out doing
Uh-huh.
my trail.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to, I'm just telling people I want to get empowered, and I'm playing with my wording.
Okay.
Main thing is I'm running. Get me in the seat, and I can show you better than I can tell you.
Most definitely.
So now I'm in the seat. So now I'm giving it. I'm giving my playbook, girl.
Ah.
I'm giving it to the news. The girl like, oh my God, how are you gonna feel when you go into that seat that hasn't been held by a woman in close to 20 years and you ready to walk in there and and I'm telling I'm like, I really can't believe I'm ready to walk in there. I said
Mm-hmm.
right now I'm shocked. Cause I can't believe they gonna give me that seat. This me on the news. So then I'm looking the pivot. I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking and I could see my people walking out the room, and they looking sad, and they just all in huddles and talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still on the news though. The
Yeah.
camera still rolling like yours, bro. I'm still on the news.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm talking. So when she finished, she's like, okay, is there anything else you want to say? Thank you, Danville. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, everybody who gave funds. I'm so glad, and I would not disappoint you. You put me in the seat, so it's you in the seat. I'm in it.
Mm.
Child, the camera stopped. Thank you, Miss Frazier. I'm like, you welcome, baby. I turn around and walk my campaign manager he like this. There's people around him. I'm like, what's up?
Yeah.
What's up? Shakeva. I'm like, what's up?
Yeah. Like stop
And they
playing.
didn't tell me. I just knew. Because I knew. I knew.
You had that feeling.
So
You already know.
I
You had that
knew.
feeling. You
You
already
know what I'm
know. Oh, I
saying?
already know what it's like to have that
So I
feeling.
said, I didn't win, did I?
Mm-hmm.
He said, my children nail, they crying. While I'm doing the news, they
Yeah.
learning the news and nail because what happened was
Mm.
we already done started the celebration
Yeah.
part. So
Yeah.
they got the TV on something else.
Okay.
My daughter says she accidentally hit something and it came back up.
Okay.
And somebody from the back of the room said, look, the number's not the same. So while I'm out here doing a news interview,
Mm-hmm.
they in there
They in there.
having a breakdown.
Mm.
Like calling people like this can't be right. What's going on? Because
Yeah.
now I'm going down to number 4. They said then it went to number 5 and then number 6. So that means the top 5 won. It was
Okay.
5 seats that could win.
Mm.
And I went to number. They said when they was looking, it was at number 5. So I'm still winning.
Yeah.
But now I'm in number 5. Mind you, I had been in the top 3 the whole time.
Uh-huh.
And it really didn't look like it was no way I can lose because of the numbers that were coming in.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
even if I was to get bumped down to 4,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm standing right here. You got people, because I had mine at a hotel, people coming out their rooms because, you know, the excitement, people from out of town.
Mhm.
They taking pictures of me while I'm
Oh
doing my
yeah.
news because they like, who is this lady? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's lit out there, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, I told you that I would run a transparent campaign. I'm not going to let them walk away thinking I won. I turned back to the news. I said, listen, I didn't win. What? What do you mean? When we
That's
check, you
that's
won.
stand up.
You
That's stand
won.
up.
You won.
Wow.
I was like, no. So she pulling out her phone, the
Mhm.
reporter pulling out his phone. They like, oh my God, we're sorry. What's going on? It's saying you're number 5. Now 6. What? What? Oh my God, we're sorry. I'm like, look, baby, don't be sorry because I won.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if for that moment I won,
Mhm.
nothing was wasted.
Mhm.
We sorry, Miss Frazier. The new this has never happened like this before.
Yeah.
It's me. Nothing never happens like this before.
Mm.
I'm a different type of
Mm.
breed, baby. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm. Wow.
But we got in there.
Yes. Yes.
No hard feelings. And I told my people, they walking around saying, I said, we won, y'all. What you
Oh
doing?
yeah. Oh yeah. That was a good
You know what
run.
I'm saying? I know they was
Well done.
disappointed, but we made it.
Yeah.
So I get back on my live because when we went live, we over 10K views now. We people done tune in from
Yeah.
all around. You know, yeah, we won. Oh
Oh
God, I'm telling people we won. My mama on the phone. I got her
yeah.
on the FaceTime, on the
Uh-huh.
news. Like, mama, your girl won. My mama, you know, she
Yeah.
crying. Got my auntie on somebody else FaceTime. She crying and praying. Our niece did it. You know.
Yeah.
And then I got to get right back on live. And I'm telling the
Mm.
folks, I'm sorry, y'all. The numbers hadn't finished rolling in. It's been a while ago, but we did not win.
Mhm.
I did not win, but I thank you all for your support. I thank you all for your contributions. I thank you all. And I'm sorry if you felt like you gave to a person that, you know, your money was wasted, but I gave all I had. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So my children crying. I got people in there crying. I got people inboxing me like, how did that happen? News outlets who had already congratulated me from all around had
Mhm.
inboxed me like congratulations.
Yeah.
So now they having to the next day some of them had to come back because they thought I still had won.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
most of the
Yeah.
community
Yeah. Yeah.
had
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. Oh
Because
yeah.
when they cut it off, I had won.
Mm.
But then these extra ballots that they said were mail in or
Okay.
early voting
Yeah.
or whatever that came in later, that's what happened and the
I
numbers
got you.
changed. So it was exciting for me and it still is, but it was
Mhm.
disappointing to my family because to go so high up in that excitement and then I have to bring them back. But
Yeah.
I kept them humble because baby, it happens.
That's
And this train
that's
gonna keep on rolling.
big.
This
That's
train gonna
big.
keep on rolling. So the next day I'm back out in the community. I'm doing community work. I ain't mad at nobody.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
You
Yo,
understand
that's
what I'm saying?
it's nothing more stand up than that, man.
I'm
It's
back out in the community. I'm doing my work. Cause see, I wasn't doing it for a title anyway. I've never had a title.
mm,
People see me speak
that's a
and think I'm a
word.
preacher. I'm not an
That's a
ordained minister.
word.
Anybody? I am her. What I
That's a
tell you, I'm
word.
she.
Now we back. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I ain't lose nothing because I'm still gonna do and
Let's
be who I need to be
go.
and do. You understand what I'm saying? Titles don't make
Ooh.
me, baby. Titles don't
Ooh.
make you. You gonna coach you wherever you is when you are where you are, cause that's who you
Yes.
are. Don't
Yes.
put me in no box anyway.
Let's
You understand?
go.
So the next day I'm back out and I'm doing community. I'm showing up. And here we are now, months later, and I'm still showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm always gonna show up because I put on for my city.
Let's
You understand what I'm
go. Put
saying?
on for the city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put on for my city. I love my city. So that's why I ran for city council.
That's,
And I'm
man.
still gonna try to help us to get in power together.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna happen.
You know, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
something that a lot of people rights were restored in that process. A lot of people who had never paid attention to politics, they began to look at the
Yes.
city council meetings. They
Mm-hmm.
began to feel in tune. They began to feel a part.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That was the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't lose anything. I learned. I
Yeah.
told you we
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
learned.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it is. So that's
Man,
the city
listen.
council, baby.
Listen.
And it still votes Shakevia.
All day. You better go. You better go, Bo.
So
You said Shakevia Q
Q baby Colette.
Frazier. Let's go.
So yeah, but it's that's it. So it was good. It was good. It was good. It was good.
Oh yeah, and I can feel it. I can see it, and then hearing your view on how everything transpired, like what you ended with was it wasn't about a title. That meant more to me than anything. Without whether I saw the whole campaign or whatever, like that
Right.
means more than anything. When you're in leadership and you're in it for your passion, you're in it for the community, you're in it for the purpose of what you're doing, and not the title.
That's it.
That's it. It was so much more impact that I was able to see through your viewpoint of running, that, like you said, rights were restored. People
Yes.
voted that never probably
Young
voted
people
before.
coming
Young
out.
people coming
Oh,
out. People getting into politics that didn't even think about it because of you
that's
and what you
right.
were doing, and your vision and how you wanted to help the community. So that all happened, and
That's
you said you
happened.
were very transparent. And most people would have not done anything the next day, been sitting in it, and this, that, and the third, had a lot of negativity to say. No, I didn't
Mm-mm.
hear anything about. I didn't even know until right now
Yeah,
that
she
you are
didn't even.
not on city
She thought I was
council.
on city council,
I
but
did
most
not
people do.
know.
I'm telling you, I still have people come up to me. I don't even correct them anymore now. They be like, "Congratulations!" I'm like, "Thank you," because I
Yeah,
know what they're talking about
yeah.
because they saw when they thought, because usually when all the precincts, when they get down to the last precinct,
Mhm.
by
You
the
know what's
number you
going on.
won.
Yeah.
So when you don't won at least a half or more of the precincts, you are shoe in. You
Oh
just
yeah.
about
Oh
got
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
So when I had one, 11, 12 of them, I'm still like, ain't no way.
Yeah.
So when the final came in and it still showed I'm in the
Mhm.
top three
Mhm.
out of nine, I'm still in the top three. My people like, you won. I'm like, I said it. It's on tape. I was like, they ain't gonna let me win that.
Yeah,
I
man.
said,
That's
but I'm saying it, but then I'm praying.
yeah.
Cause I'm like, I won.
Mhm.
And now people putting hands on me like, God cover, give her a vision for us. They praying over me and everything. My children up there, my family,
That's
And
great.
I go out there
I
and do
can
the
only
news.
imagine.
Oh, it was
I can
lit
only
in there, baby.
imagine.
We had a Holy Ghost
Wow.
party. People shouting who probably ain't never shouted. I mean, we in there
Wow.
getting it. And I'm
Wow.
ready to turn Young Jesus on after we finish shouting because I love Jesus.
Hey, let's
Let's
go. Put
get
over
it.
my city, like
So
you said. Let's
yeah,
go. Let's
so I'm
go.
ready. And then but the news like, can we pull you out? Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So but I was not gonna let them walk away with the impression
Mhm.
that I won.
Yeah.
So I tapped them on their shoulder while they rolling their camera and stuff up, like,
That's
hey,
real. That's real right there.
yeah,
That's
I
real.
didn't win.
Most people wouldn't do that. They would let the story go on and then come back around to it later
No, and
on.
then try to give a
That's
bitter
real.
story. Like,
Yeah.
no, that ain't me because I still love my city.
Let's
So I ain't gonna make my city look
go.
bad. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
I
go.
love my city. I love the council. I love all of them. So
Yes.
I'm not gonna make my city look
Yes.
bad. I ain't get bitter. I got better.
Another gem learned right here, because I probably would have had that bitter feeling but wouldn't have expressed it. But I would have been bitter. But like you said, like you still love your city. You still,
Love my city,
it's a
y'all.
greater purpose for you then.
That's
It's a
it.
greater purpose. It's a
My
greater
bishop,
purpose.
LGC Campbell, always say, LGC say, don't let life situations make you bitter. Let them make you better. I learned so much in this situation, baby. I learned I'm stronger than
Yes.
what I thought. Because if it was the old me, I probably would have crumbled. All my
Mhm.
self-esteem issues would have
Mhm.
came to the surface. Me thinking I'm not worthy. Me looking at myself like the high school dropout.
Mhm.
Oh, I know I shouldn't have stepped out there. But
Mhm.
because I got to learn me, I tapped into my inner me.
Mhm.
That didn't make or break me.
Mm.
You understand? Because I knew
Mm.
who I was when I stepped in the race.
Let's
Right.
go.
I won.
Let's
Let's get
go.
it.
Yo, let's go. Oh man, I'm sitting up here like, yeah, I'm getting hyped. I'm ready to go. I don't know what I'm about to do when I leave up out of here, but I'm about to go do something. I'm about to go do something.
I'm bugging. That's what it's about.
Oh man.
Empowerment. That's what
Yes.
empowerment looks like, though.
I needed that. I needed that. That's what it
Yeah.
looks like, because people talk about it. Like, I mentioned it in things that I want to do, but what does it look like? And that's what
Yeah,
it really
this
looks
what it look
like.
like right here when you just said, I'm ready to
Mm.
go do
Oh
something.
yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I
what
don't
it
even
look
know what
like.
I'm doing. I'm about to go
But
do
you ready to
something
go?
though.
You
I'm ready.
empowered, right?
Yes.
That's what happened during the campaign. People started voting. People were running registration drives who never, they like, Shakevia, I don't know what to do, but I want to help. I'm like, sit up at this table. When people
Mm.
come, you ask them about their rights. You type it in here. They got empowered to do something.
Jeez.
You see what I'm
Leadership.
saying?
Powerful leadership.
That's it, baby.
Powerful leadership. Powerful leadership.
Building leaders. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We learning
Yes.
and we building, baby.
Let's go.
Let's
I'm
get
doing
it.
something. I don't know what I'm doing when we done this
Yeah,
interview, but I'm about to go
baby.
do
Let's
something,
get
man.
it. That's it.
Ah.
She ready.
Oh man, I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
I done turned the coach on. She ready.
Yes, I'm ready to
Turn
go, man. I'm
up.
ready to
I
go.
love it. So that's what's
Dang.
up. So that's what we
Wow.
also. It was great. I loved it.
Yes.
Um, it was good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
good for
yeah.
me that I was afflicted, baby.
Yes, yes. I
Yeah.
couldn't agree more with you than that one. That's it. Like I said, I'm I'm ready.
I'm
I'm ready.
ready.
I'm ready.
It showed me
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
stronger than what I thought.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I can see it. I can see it. You spoke on some, true leadership. The feelings and emotions, how to keep those in line when you're in that
Yes.
position, and how to be transparent and when you're supposed to be, like,
When you're
when you're
supposed to be,
supposed to
that's
be.
right.
For sure. That was good. That was good. So what do you do now?
So I am the executive director of Third Chance Housing,
Okay.
and it's a company that was ran by Grace and Maine Baptist Fellowship,
Mhm.
Dr. Joshua Hearn and Jessica Hearn, and they used to be on the north side really, and they would help people that were homeless. They
Mhm.
would actually let them stay with them in their
Oh
houses.
wow.
They are a
Wow.
different church. I love
Oh.
y'all. I love y'all. I ain't doing it,
Yeah.
but I love y'all.
Yeah.
And so they would let homeless people stay with them. They formed a garden, a farm
Mhm.
where they could eat, do their
Mhm.
food there. Then they started putting farms, gardens in other people's yards
Okay.
who needed, so they would have stuff.
Mhm.
And eventually it became a non-profit, Third Chance, because people saw the work that Grace and Maine were doing,
Mhm.
and they donated property.
Okay.
So we have an apartment duplex. We have a few houses in the community where we put people in for affordable living.
Okay.
And Grace and Maine last day was one day last week, I believe. So now it's just full fledged Third Chance, and they asked me
Mm.
would I come in and be the director because they saw the work I
Let's
do in the community. You never
go.
know who's watching. And that's what I tell my young people. It's always important to keep your integrity intact.
Yes.
Everything is not for social media. Even if you want to be a whole food later on and you got stuff you want to say, everything is not for everybody. It's not
Mhm.
faking, it's called discretion. It's
Mhm.
knowing when and where.
Yes.
Everything is not for everybody. When you put something on Facebook, that's for everybody. When you
Mhm.
put something on TikTok, that's for everybody. But when I'm in a setting and I'm expressing, that's for who's in that setting.
Yes.
So my mind thoughts are not for everybody because everybody can't handle my mind.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? You never
Yep.
know who's watching. So, like everything else that's been offered, that was offered because of the work that they observed me doing in the community,
Mhm.
and they see where my heart was at.
Oh
You don't
yeah.
know who's watching you.
Yeah. Oh
You see what
yeah.
I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
waiting
Yeah.
on you to come to where they gonna call you to
I
come
got
to.
you. I got
So, because people see how you react and stuff.
you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
all a setup for greater.
Yeah.
Um, but Third Chance, so that's what we do. We do affordable housing, and we also we are homelessness prevention. So most people think that something we was talking about earlier. Prevention is when you get ahead of
Yes.
something.
Yes.
Intervention is when you're trying to stop it because it's already going on. We
Mhm.
try to get ahead of homelessness by having affordable housing, which I told you about, and then we help with utility and rental assistance
Okay.
when possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, to help people from getting evicted
Okay.
because not having lights on is considered homelessness. I don't know if you know that or not, but if your
Mm.
lights are cut off, that's considered being homeless
No, I
because
didn't know that.
if you get Section 8 or public housing or anything, you get evicted if they find out your lights are off.
Mm.
If you don't have lights in a home where you're staying at, then that's basically condemned. You see, so you're
Ah.
considered
Okay.
homeless.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
help with utility. We can't pay the whole
Okay.
thing, so we
Okay.
partner with a lot of organizations here, and we try to help those who normally wouldn't get help. Most mothers are able to get help, but you have men, you have single women, you have do have no children, single men who have no children, you have people who are veterans, you have people who are disabled. So we're able to partner with other agencies and help out and
Mhm.
whatnot. Um, but that's us in a gist that we are connected and providing because a lot of things we can't always do
Yeah.
because we don't have the money. But I can connect you to someone. United Way has a great book out that I love to tell you all the resources in the
Okay.
city.
Okay.
So, you call us, I might can't help you, but I can connect you to someone because it's not just homelessness sometimes, it's also mental. It's also
Ah.
financial.
Got
It's
you.
also, a lot of different things going on. Maybe you couldn't get a job because you didn't have daycare. So
Uh
that's
huh.
why you ready to lose your place because you weren't working. Or your children are failing in school, so you're getting a truancy because they
Mhm.
haven't been going. So I
Mhm.
need to connect you with a day center or something
Okay.
like that that can help you.
Got
So we connect and provide. So that's what Third Chance is in a gist. We're connecting and providing. We can't pay everybody
you.
bills, so
Okay.
don't y'all be calling me
So,
as soon as y'all see this.
you said third chance.
Third Chance.
Third chance is about homelessness prevention.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. But you all connect, and I heard that you take the calls and you help people with what they you know what I'm saying, what they need. Even if it's not what you all actually
Yes.
do, you actually send them to where they need to go. As far as like if they're already homeless, then it's a different resource that they would need.
Avenues,
Okay.
yes. And hopefully that'll work for them. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But connecting and providing, that's our theme, connecting and providing. So we try to connect you to what will help, and we try to provide when we can. We are a direct provider.
Okay.
So we do a screening when people ask for utility and rental. We call the light bill company, utility company, and we talk to certain people in there. We talk to landlords to find out the history. Is it someone that really need our help, or just someone who was negligent? Because we do have other people. We have waiting lists. But
Okay.
yeah, that's who we are. But we have our main thing is we own property and we do affordable housing. We're not large scale.
Mhm.
We're looking to try to see if we can bring in some transitional homes now. That's our net. I keep hearing you say what's next. What's next for us is we are trying to look at what transitional housing looks like for third chance. So even if it's in Danville through someone else, we want to see what does it look like for third chance.
That's good. That's good. And I know you mentioned a book for resources through United Way. Is that found on the website? The book for
Yeah, so
resources?
I have it on Third Chance. So if you want to go to thirdchance.org,
Okay.
you can go to our website and there's a resource list. It's also the Western Piedmont Better Housing Coalition link on our site, and that gives you other places to find housing, homelessness, prevention, intervention, things of that sort. So connecting and providing,
Mm-hmm.
we all work together. I don't try to outdo anyone, and I hope they're not trying to outdo us.
Mm-hmm.
We work better
Yeah.
together. So that's why I had that link. So United Way, you can go to their website, or you can go to United Way and just ask for the yellow book. I
Okay.
think it's $1, but she'll
Mm-hmm.
give you one probably. Kathy go
Okay.
on. But when I say it has everything in there, I call it the golden book. It's really like treasure.
That's good. That's good.
Yes,
That's good. Okay. Okay. So all of that, and pretty much a lot of what you do involves serving your community, right?
yes.
That's powerful. That's powerful because I want to serve the community through a certain avenue. But what does it mean to truly serve your community?
So I often hear the word leadership. So when I look at a leader, I'm looking for a servant because it's even biblical where the Lord says, he who serves is the greatest among you. That's what a leader is. So to me, when I hear they're in a leadership position, I'm looking for, are you just by title, or are you actually serving, helping? You know what I'm saying? Because some people have a title, but they don't have that a title. Every title you get should come with serving.
Yes.
I don't care if it is coach, principal, executive director. A principal has to serve his administration, his staff, his students. It's not about you being the top, not just a principal, just any director, myself. It's not about me having that top title. It's about me being able to serve those who given me this title. So that's what true servanthood looks like. If you see the word leader, scratch it and put servant, because
Mm.
that's what it should be.
Yes. So I hear the word servant leadership sometimes. So that's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what it should be. So that's what true servanthood to me is. So when I see someone that say they're a great leader, my mind saying, "Oh, that's a great servant."
Mm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
a leader leads, but a leader serves. A leader sacrifices. A servant sacrifices. It's times that you probably want to show up for those you love, but you're showing up instead for a game for a child who you know maybe didn't have someone that was going to be there for them, or you're coming out the way to give someone a ride who you know couldn't have got to a practice or to school. You might lay them out along the way because they could have made better choices, but you're showing up. That's a leader. That's a servant. So to me, that's what it looks like. That's what true servanthood looks like. A leader. They call it leader. I call it servant.
That's good. I like to talk about leadership on here a lot. So when you automatically went into it, I'm like, I'm tuned in. I'm like, okay. And then you hit on the most important part of it. It's not a title. It's about what you're doing and how you show up. Because I was also going to ask you what does that look like, but you answered that as well. It looks like showing up and making those sacrifices, which means that you might be late to family dinner sometime. You might have to, sit back and, just show up for whoever they are that are under you. Because in leadership, it is, I mean, you just have to say it. I mean, people are under you when you're in leadership. So you got to show up for those people. And then the people that you actually serve with that title of being a leader. So, like you said, a principal, show up for the students, show up for the administrators, show up for the teachers. If you're a director of a company, show up for your, your leadership team, show up for your employees. And you just have to show up.
You have whoever owns the restaurant, but who makes your experience is that server. That's who's going to take your order, report it back to the kitchen. So even though it looked like the server may be the least person in the restaurant because they usually the least paid, they expecting a tip. It's the person who own the restaurant who get all the money because they got the title. But they had to do something to get the restaurant. They worked their way up. But you understand what I'm saying? But to make your restaurant work and you keep getting that money as the owner, it's up to your servers. Your servers is really the most important person in your restaurant. Your cooks, they are very essential, but they can't cook what the server don't bring.
Yes. Hey. Hey, look, they're not making nothing nobody wants, right? They're not
That's
just
right.
back there making
They just
nachos for
not. That's
somebody.
right.
Yeah.
They have to
I
do
got
what
you.
the server.
Yeah.
And if you have a unpleasant experience, most time it's your server who gonna make your experience right by telling you we're sorry that the kitchen messed up. Sorry if your server has a bad attitude, you're gonna determine if you're going back again. The server is very, very important in any instrument. They might be the least. They might look like the pinky, but really they the hand.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I couldn't agree more. I say that too. I
Yeah.
say that too. Eric Thomas said, he respects the people and he lives by treating the janitor with the same respect you treat the CEO with.
That's right.
And how you do anything is how you do everything is what I live by. I can't remember who I heard it from first or where I heard it from first, but I hear it a lot. So it's the same concept. So how you treat anybody is how you treat everybody. And everybody should be treated the same, regardless of the title, their position, what they do. Because when you're a leader and you're actually serving and you are being authentic and you're a good person, it doesn't matter how much money you make or what you do in a certain corporation. I'm here for what I'm here for. I'm here for what I'm here for. If I'm here to serve you, then I will. If I'm not, then we'll just. It's still, hey, how you doing?
That's right. How you treat people,
Yeah.
it goes a
Mhm.
long way. And if you see that everybody's important, I don't have to like you, but I respect you. But you still treat people right. You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel like treating them right because they done you something wrong, you don't have to put yourself in that atmosphere. But if it's somebody you have to work with, still just respect goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? How you treat people. I have to like you, but I can work with you. You know what I'm saying? But I won't bash you because I don't like you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But most of the time, I don't not like people. I don't like people ways sometimes.
Hey, and
Be
that's
liking the
valid.
person to be the ways.
That's
But,
valid because, like you said, a lot of people are not tapped into the inner me, so they're not realizing that, hey, I need to work on myself. I need to be better. I need to show up better. I need to be accountable for my actions because this caused that. Like, I showed up angry at something that nobody else on this job or in this place, this meeting has anything to do with. So when they reacted based on how I showed up. They reacted how I showed up, but you're not being accountable for what you did. Like their reaction may not have been the right reaction. However, it was a reaction to your action. Like every action has a reaction, right? So, but it's the accountability piece on both parties. Like, yeah, okay, so we're stand up people. So if we react a certain kind of way to somebody we know that may have been hurt, showing up trying to hurt me or us, we're able to be accountable for our reaction if it wasn't correct, but still address that you shouldn't have shown up the way you did. But the person who doesn't have accountability is not able to see that. Like we may be accountable on our reaction, but the person that had the action is still sitting there like, "Oh, I did nothing wrong," and it burns.
pivot. Yeah, and it does. It goes back to understanding the best thing in the world. So I understand that you don't understand. So I'm gonna go ahead and understand that I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be, which is a bigger person, and know that you got some issues that is not on me. Because sometimes we leave feeling like we were the problem because they didn't understand, and we trying to make them to understand. You did this, and you don't want to understand. So you know what? Now I got to put my understanding cap on a different way. You got the issue. I'm okay with knowing you had an issue. I'm not looking down on you because you had an issue, but I'm not gonna let your issue become my issue.
Exactly. No matter who that person is,
No matter who it is,
family, friend,
whoever
parent,
it is.
child,
That's right.
co-worker,
Keep your peace, baby.
director.
Director.
That's what it's all about. Like it's
Keep
all
your
about
peace.
keeping your peace. But the understanding was key, like you said. We have to understand that, man. That's so important. I think that's messing up relationships. Accountability is really messing up relationships because
Mm-hmm.
like we should be able, and as long as nobody's gonna be disrespectful. I'm not gonna be like, yo, you shouldn't have. Nobody's gonna respond to that. But I'm like, if I'm able to come back and say, hey, listen, my reaction may not have been warranted. It may not have been the right way.
Right.
However, I want you to look at the way you showed up. I want you to look at the way, what
Please.
caused my
We asking a
reaction.
lot by that though. Accountability involves looking in the inner me, and a lot of
Mm.
people can't take that trip. So they'll build up the baddest, Remember, I told you the baddest is usually the hurtest. So yeah, they have this mechanism that they have learned to deal with, and they built this wall, and now they done gave themselves their own scenario of that it's not them, it's everybody else, and because they wouldn't do the inner me, because the inner me check is not easy. The enemy check means you got to see your flaws. You got to deal with that accountability. I was wrong. Everybody can, but they don't practice the inner me. Looking in the inner you and building you up is not easy. Cause we full of stuff sometimes, girl. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, oh yeah. So speaking to that, what are some habits and routines that you built along the way to kind of help you from from
Fighting and carrying on to
yeah to
now.
now?
Um, Journaling.
Okay.
I love to journal. Of course, everybody know I love the Lord, so I don't have to say that because you know it.
Mhm.
So journaling, and I ask God daily, show me who I am in you. Because sometimes I'm trying to see who I am to the people, what the people think of me. The people sometimes put me on a pedestal that I don't deserve because I know who I am. And that's why I try to be transparent so y'all can know who I am and deal with me on that level. You know what I'm saying? So show me how you see me. And he sees me as fearfully and wonderfully made. So that helps me to be okay with me knowing that he still made me, knowing I'm gonna make mistakes, knowing that I was gonna take this path, knowing I was gonna go that way, this way, do all of this. He still saw fit that I could be here, right? So that helps me deal with a lot of those things that I mess up in. Cause purpose still will always call my name because I was made on purpose like you were. We were made on purpose, right? So that helps me to deal with the enemy, doing my journaling, knowing that God loves me, and just being real with who I am. Yes, Shakiva, you thought that about that person that won't right. Yes, Shakiva, you got some trust issues and you seeing through those eyes of distrust. So yeah, sometimes it is you walking into a meeting with self defense up when you think you're walking in with confidence. You're walking in cocky with self defense because you don't want anybody to get you first. So yeah, Shakiva, you're gonna have to change that approach because now you wonder why they looking at you like that when it's actually what you just said. It's what you're giving off when you walk in as well. So yeah, y'all eyeing each other like people in the jungle in the street, like animals do. Y'all scoping each other out. But it's another way that you can learn somebody without that. So Shakiva, check yourself where you haven't healed completely from some of those things that you have going on. Put love back on. So it's just my daily checks. When you walk in love. So my eyes are gonna be different. I'm still gonna have my stuff up, but my eyes gonna show love when I walk in the room instead of, yeah, I already know. But that's because I self check. So I deal with my inner me, knowing that I need to come up and knowing I need to apologize to that person who I thought didn't like me. They might didn't like the way I showed up because I showed up tough because I'm still fighting for me. You know what I'm saying? So my daily self checks, my daily journaling, I'm gonna burn them all one day because I only sometimes I have to burn them immediately. No, really. I do
Hey,
like
that's
three
real.
pages,
Yeah.
and I don't just burn. I burn and put in the toilet stew. I don't want nobody ever piece it together or anything, cause those stories. I'm telling you the guys that it's true.
Yo, she said she don't want nobody to piece it together. Let me find
I
this
put them
piece
in a
and put it
candle
together.
jar, light them, cause I keep my candles out my burner. I light
Oh
them, I watch them burn, stir it up, and I empty them in the toilet, cause y'all ain't gonna know them thoughts.
man, yeah.
But they mostly about myself, inner
Okay.
me.
Okay.
But I be very real with myself, and that's what keep me from snapping, and that's why I know myself enough that I don't have to get out here and fight like cats and dogs with somebody over anything anymore. I learned how to disagree and be okay with it. And do I get mad? Do I get hot at stuff? Yeah, but I don't have that rage in me like I used to. I've learned how to control my emotions. Because I'm still emotional. I'm very emotional because I'm passionate. So that comes with emotion. You passionate. I see. Let's get it. I know you a coach. Come on.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but I've learned how to use it the right way.
Okay. Yeah.
And I've learned that by learning me. I learned I don't have to be a beast out here in that manner. I can still be beastie,
Yeah.
but I don't have to be out here fighting and risking myself in that manner.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Still big ape though. No, 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 no,
Hey, hey, listen, listen. The energy, the confidence, like, listen. I love it. I love it. You gotta
but
still be
that's
you.
self
You
check.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be me.
Let's
But
go.
self checks daily helps me, keeps me humbled. Cause I'm a work in progress. I'm gonna be here till I leave.
That's true leadership, though. Spoken from a true leader, right there. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Wow. This right here has been everything I needed today. I'm so glad. I normally don't timestamp, but that it was early in the morning because to start my day, like I said, I told you, I'm ready. I don't know what I'm doing when I get done with this, but listen. Something is
You
gonna
better
happen
go get it.
today.
Yeah, that's
Like
what I'm speaking. And that's
something.
something. I speak life over myself. So, and then I'm gonna let you go because I have to go. I done told people call me, but I speak life over myself. So that was part of my journey of healing. I will put that in there because of all that those choices I made, having the children, single, going to jail, getting in fights, charges, getting expelled from school, all of that still with me as I'm growing. So when I got saved and I tried to speak to myself like, you can be somebody, you can do this. The Bible says you can do all things. I would say it, but I didn't believe it because soon as I put it out there, I hear someone say, "Who do you think you are?" Voices are real. I remember in college I took a class, and in class they talk. It's a research. I want to call it touchstone, something like that. It was people who tried to commit suicide, and these were the ones who survived. And so they have a research that they do, and every single person in that research group said that they heard a voice telling them, nobody loves you, no one is going to miss you, they'll be better off if you're gone. They heard a voice. Spirits are real. I ain't trying to take your podcast to a different place, but this is Frazier speaking. That voice, that inner and then outer, the prince of the air, that thing is real. So when I would speak life over myself, I can feel that thing come get snatched just like that. Oh, Shakeva, you beautiful. I look in the mirror and tell myself I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Something else come. Oh, who told you that? You know you done made this mistake. You know you done this. You know this. You know this. I had to fight for it. You understand? And one day I was ready to go to school, and I had failed in college, and I was saved, and I remember getting my grades back, and I broke down the floor, and I was like talking to myself, "You so stupid. You never go make it. You what they said you are. Who you think you are with all these kids and that felony going back to school trying to make some of yourself." I could hear this voice, and I heard my inner man. I clap for goodness tell me to stand up and speak. I stood up. I said, "I think I am her. I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens me. I am not stupid. I can do it." I mean, my children were in there with me. I mean, they were young. You understand what I'm saying? This was probably like in 2013. I had been saved 10, 11, 12, 4 years or so. Maybe 3 years. I graduated from DCC 2015. So, yeah. So, I remember that day when I stood up for myself completely. And whatever that voice was that was speaking, it had to shut up. It didn't come back and do that to me no more. Because when I said it and meant it. And so that's what I use from then on to keep speaking to myself. Because what you put in the atmosphere is real. Because can I be who I want to be right here real quick? You sure? The Bible tells me that Satan is the prince of the air, right? He's the prince of the air, meaning he's in airwaves and all kind of stuff. But he's the prince of the air, right? Kick lower down into this atmosphere, right? So it's important that you always penetrate the air with life, because it's already enough negativity around. You can walk into a place and feel the atmosphere of negativity. You can walk into a place and feel the atmosphere of hate. You can walk into a place and feel the atmosphere of depression. It's up to you to speak it. The Bible say when God moved and the Spirit moved, He spoke, "Let there be life." He said it was good. God moved and then He spoke. It's up to us that He spoke into the same atmosphere that we're in now. We have to speak life. I'm a big believer that my bishop would preach it all the time. I can't die now. I have too much to live for, and God is not through with me yet. I had to keep telling myself that, but I had to speak it. Sometimes we are afraid to speak certain things because of what we've already heard about ourselves, what we've already said about ourselves, and this thing that we've already just put ourselves in. Sometimes it's through the eyes of what somebody else has said about us who was not for us, somebody who the enemy has sent to speak life over you as a young person and put some evil seeds in you that make you think that you can't be your greatest. Low as moments come, they make you feel like you're lost, you're depressed, you're disappointed, you can never bounce back from something. And if you're not careful, you will stay there, right? So it's up to you to speak life into your atmosphere. I wake up in the morning, good morning, Jesus. Good morning, angels. I'm talking to my atmosphere. I'm setting my atmosphere. I'm speaking, I'm walking. I have the power to tread upon this. I walk with the authority that God has given unto me. I am here on purpose. So wherever I go, I'm carrying what I've spoken over me. I penetrate the atmosphere with life. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I do. It's in me though. It's in you. We made that way. Every single one of us, regardless of mistakes, failures, past, present, future, we made what life in us. You understand? And that's why the enemy tries to silence us. And situations can silence you when you feel like you're on a low end, when you feel like something has been taken away from you, when you feel like you have a loss, a disappointment. It can start to shut you up if you're not strong, yo. You have to speak. And we can be weak, but we be strong in the Lord. He said, when I'm weak, he's strong. Use that word. Use those words that he gives in that Bible. No weapon formed against me shall be able to prosper. You know what I'm saying? No weapon. Speak it. Even if you feel like the weapons are prospering, everything going against you, still speak it. And you speak it with confidence, with authority, with boldness, and things begin to shift. So that's how I've been able to do it. I speak life to me, and I don't use cliche, hey, gorgeous to myself in the mirror. I'm looking at myself like, girl, you have the power and authority. You've been given power to tread. You have kingdom power. You go out there, you get it. I'm gonna throw that. Let's get it in there. You understand what I'm saying?
All day. I love it. I tell
But
my
that's
kids, that's my
life.
tagline. Let's get it.
Let's get it. You know
it.
what I'm saying? I'm
Yes.
going out there and get it.
Uh-huh.
But I'm walking with that power and authority. It's not cocky, baby. I'm confident. But I'm not confident just in me. I'm confident in what he's given unto me. We have power in us. But it's what we speak. It's power, life, and death is in the tongue. The word that said was anywhere else. It said it was in your tongue. It's in what you speak. So you speak those things. I know that your young people call it manifestation. Speak. Speak it. So I speak to myself. I speak who I am to myself. You understand? Because if I don't speak it, who else gonna speak it? That I believe it. Because some people tell me that, but they got another motive when they telling me, girl, you queen. If he telling me and he telling me and he telling me, I know what they looking for most time. If she telling me, it's probably sometimes a motive and sometimes it's not. But if I don't believe it, it makes no difference. I gotta speak it and know it and check that into me and tell me, girl, we winning. Girl, we are the head, not the tail. We above and not beneath. We are the lender and not the borrower. I'm saying that while I'm borrowing $50 from somebody right then. But I'm still gonna speak it because I'm speaking into what I'm coming into.
Yes.
You understand? There you go.
I overstand. Look, I overstand. You see it? It's coming back. I'm still ready, y'all. Oh, look. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to record whatever I do today from this. I'm gonna make sure if I
So
do it,
that's
I'm
it.
gonna tag you. I'm like,
That's
look, I
it.
did it. This is what I did.
Let's
I
get
did it.
That's it.
Yes.
So that's what it is. So that's how I do it.
Wow. Wow. I'm very empowered, inspired, educated even more from sitting down with you having this conversation. I appreciate your time. I was gonna ask you what you want to lead the people with, but I think you already did that. That was
Go
that right
get
there
it.
was that was it. That was it. Go get it. I
Yeah,
like yes,
that's it.
yes, yes, yes,
That's it.
yes. That's great. That man, look, wow, wow. I'm
It's
still
been
look. I'm
good.
trying to keep my
Me
composure over here. I'm
too.
so like, yo,
If I believe out, it help me hype when I leave out. Get in the car. I don't know what I might put on. Jacayla car. I don't know what.
Yes.
If you pull up beside me, my music selection is good, but just mind your business.
No, that's right.
Thrive and mind your business, because I'm gonna do the same. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I feel it. This is how I wake up.
Mm.
Sometimes I go to bed sad.
Mhm.
Life
Yeah.
gets to me.
Oh yeah, life is life for sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Life is life.
The bills rolling, the money
Yes.
not. Sometimes you understand what I'm saying.
Say
Yeah,
it. Yes.
people see you smiling. So life gets to me, but I have learned how to speak, and so that helps me. And I believe what I speak because I believe what he said. So that helps me a lot. So I'm leaving out the same way you leaving out. I'm ready to give a high
Let's
wheel.
go.
Like, let's get it.
All right, I
I'm
love it.
telling
I
you.
love it. I love it. I love it. I'm glad this could do that for you. I'm glad it was able to do
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
Yes, real raw conversations, man. That's what we do here. So where can we find you, man? Where can the people find you if they want to connect on any level?
Okay.
Where can they find you?
So my work number, I'm Shakevia Frazier, but that's third chance. 434-424-3240. I'm just out here. It's no way to really find me per se, because I'm always moving.
Yeah.
When you see me,
Oh yeah,
just pull up on me, because
Yeah.
some people inbox me. I might not get to that for a while because I don't see everything, but I'll see you. I'm out here. It's not Tara Rashida if you want to talk to me or something. But yeah, I'm out here. I'm very accessible. I love to talk to people and talk and sit down and meet people. So I'm out here. That's it.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, I thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
This has been powerful, amazing. Like I can go down a list of words right now for like I said to start the morning, and it started out great and it ended even better. You know, when you said, "Can I be myself?" I'm like, I thought you were this whole time what you were, but I mean, you really like went like, okay, I can see like when people get you to be the keynote speaker, why? Like when you go to speak to different events and people big or small, like I can see why they call you now. Like I see it.
I'm still trying to see why.
I see it.
Like, I want my crazy tail self to come speak.
Yes.
Like, yes, you.
Just talking regular to like y'all. Man, that was good. That was good. That was good. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Man. It was real good. It was real good. Hey, listen, y'all already know where to find us on all platforms at Stats Global Podcast on any and all platforms. We're streaming as well. Look it up on the phone if you don't want to watch us. Just listen. But yeah, it's been another great episode. Until next time, Stats Global, we out. All right.